Good afternoon and welcome to Ray Fisher Stadium at the Wilpon Complex here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. You are listening live to WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan baseball, and we got a fun midweek game here this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
As Michigan Wolverines host the Kent State Golden Flashes on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Ann Arbor. My name is Peter Nasr. Alongside me, great Owen Klein. And Owen, we got a fun one here today. What are you most looking forward to for this midweek Tuesday game? Michigan coming off of a sweep against Long Beach State. Looking forward, you got Michigan State coming up ahead. What are you looking forward to in this midweek ball game?
First of all, I want to say the Golden Flashes in Long Beach State. That was the previous series that Michigan played. What was Long Beach State's name?
They were the Dirtbags.
The Dirtbags and the Golden Flashes. So first, I'll just say that a couple of interesting mascots that Michigan is playing. But as far as on the field, Michigan standing at 23-21. 14 of their last 18 have been wins. This team is on a roll and at the right time, Peter, with the Big Ten tournament and potentially the NCAA tournament for baseball coming up. Michigan is looking great. They finally found their hitting rhythm in the order. They get Jonathan Kim back today, his first start in over a month. So things are looking up for Michigan, but they do have their hands full today with a Kent State team that sits at 22-20. They're equally as hungry for this single game midweek matchup.
Yeah, you mentioned Jonathan Kim back in the lineup. We'll run through the lineup real quick as they're being announced out on the field and the head coaches meeting at home plate with the umpires. But for the Michigan lineup, we got A.J. Garcia leading things off, followed by the aforementioned Jonathan Kim making his first start since early March against Toledo. Stephen Hrustich in the 3 spot, Colin Priest, the designated hitter and the cleanup man, followed by Joe Longo and Cole Caruso, Mac Timbrook, Kyle Dernetti, Brock Lightgib, and will round out the order, and Sachin Ramos making his 3rd start of the year on the hill for the Wolverines.
Absolutely. Look out for Joe Longo as well, making his way into the order. He was 4 of 12 in the series against Long Beach State, including 4 RBIs in a home run in that 3rd game. So Longo staying in the lineup here for this one.
Yep, Longo at the 5 spot and playing first base today. And for the Golden Flashes, we mentioned they're coming off a series win against MAC leaders Bowling Green. They look to keep things rolling as well. They've won 5 of their last 8 games. And for them in the lineup, Josh Johnson will be leading it off. He is their best hitter, batting .346 on the year, followed by Tim Orr, Kyle Jackson, and Brody Williams. Then we got Hunter Klautz, Michael McNamara, Payne Ebbing, Dom Kibler, and Ripken Reese to round out the order. And Benny Roebuck will be on the hill for the Flashes, as we were just weighing the final preparatory things before we get underway here. Nice breezy day, wind blowing out towards left field, but a beautiful day nonetheless here in Ann Arbor.
It's pitch perfect, really. Only a couple clouds in the sky. Talking about this Kent State offense that will see the field first. This is a team that scored 12 runs in their last game against Bowling Green in the 3rd game of that 3-game series. But they scored 0 runs in the 2nd game. So curious to see what kind of Golden Flashes offense we see this afternoon. Sachin Ramos on the mound for the Wolverines, the freshman, sporting a 7.71 ERA. Good opportunity here for a quality start. Big opportunity for would be a big midweek win for the Wolverines.
Yeah, you mentioned Ramos. He pitched 2 innings in Michigan's last game on Sunday against Long Beach State. Gave up no runs, just a hit, but he did walk 4 batters. So we'll see if he can get a little bit better command here this afternoon. We got the pregame video playing before we get ready to roll. Michigan wearing their all-white home jerseys today with Michigan script across it.
I like them.
It's a nice uniform.
It is nice. The kind of the cursive on the front part of the jersey.
You have the Michigan in blue and cursive. Kent State wearing their gray road jerseys. Got the blue and yellow caps.
Yeah, some clean jerseys this afternoon for sure. I like those Kent State numbers. Got the yellow lining on the outside of the big blue solid blocks.
It makes it nice and easy for us up here in the booths to see the numbers,
Absolutely.
Which is always a much appreciated plus.
100%. Kent State's also got the last names in their jerseys. Michigan going nameless.
Yes, got a fun one here on tap. We thank you all for tuning in. WCBN Sports, its coverage of this ball game. Crowd's still trickling in. Not the biggest crowd I've seen here at Ray Fisher, but it's a Tuesday afternoon, and the game just about getting ready to go.
I think if this were a Friday or Saturday or Sunday, Peter, it'd be quite full. But yeah, I mean, not a bad attendance for a beautiful day here. Some quality baseball.
And a big game, too. Obviously, the midweek games, they're non-conference. They don't have any standing in where Michigan's positioning is in the Big Ten standings. Right now, Michigan is 4th in the Big Ten, or excuse me, tied 3rd in the Big Ten, and they're right behind Purdue and a couple of the top players. And Purdue will be coming here next weekend. So it's important chance to continue to build a momentum, especially getting your first series sweep. The 6th consecutive series win for the Wolverines. They're playing good baseball right now, and the midweek gives a good chance to continue that momentum.
Absolutely. And looking at this Michigan season from a bird's eye view, second-year head coach in Tracy Smith, this roster underwent a lot of turnover from last year to this year. And for a team that's sitting at 23-21, having won 14 of their last 18, you said that they're tied 3rd in the Big Ten, Peter. This is a successful season so far. And I think now, finally, Michigan has kind of found their lineup that they like to employ from day to day. They get Jonathan Kim back, like we've discussed earlier. Joe Longo, he wasn't a starter throughout this first half of the season, had an excellent series against Long Beach State. So the fact that this lineup is coming together and you're getting pieces off the bench, this is a great sign for a team that, in theory, really should be in a rebuild with a second-year head coach and a lot of roster turnover, but they've made a successful season so far out of this one and look to keep it rolling this afternoon against Kent State.
Yeah, exactly right. You mentioned the lineup. Real quick, Mitch Voigt's not in the lineup today. He's getting a much-needed rest. We talked to Josh Fegley, the assistant coach, before the game. He's just getting the rest before the games really start to pick up here as we turn the calendar to May, and with postseason play starting up. Sachin Ramos on the mound taking his final warm-up pitches before Josh Johnson meets him at the plate, and just about ready to go here.
Should be a fun one.
The umpire should say Jake Botek behind home plate. He'll be calling balls and strikes. We got James Mullick, Marty Ernest, and Corey Raig, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for the crew today.
I mentioned to Peter before the game that Corey Hinga is a common umpire that we see for these Michigan baseball games, especially during the midweek. He's not on tap to call this game, so I'm sorry, fans, I cannot give you any input on these umpires. We'll see how they are.
Yeah, we have no scouting. They don't give us a scouting report on the umps. They're wearing their all black today. And Josh Johnson will dig into the batter's box to lead things off for the Golden Flashes. He homered in their win Sunday. He leads the team in a lot of statistical categories: batting average, walks, slugging percentage, hits, RBI, total bases. He is their leader, and he is leading off for the Flashes, trying to get this top half of the inning going in a positive order if you are Kent State.
And these first couple of batters for Sachin Ramos are going to be huge. He's struggled his last couple of outings.
And the first pitch is upstairs to ball one. Time of the pitch, 4:02 p.m. Temperature, beautiful 72 degrees here. Here's the 1-0 from Ramos. That's high again, 88-mile-per-hour fastball. 2-0 now.
Yeah, so Johnson quickly up 2-0, and Ramos in his last appearance, 4 walks, 2 innings.
Here's the 2-0 from Ramos. Swung on and missed. Gets the first strike of the game. That'll make it 2-1 now.
And Ramos caught a break there on that 88-mile-an-hour. It was well outside, but got Johnson swinging.
Count is 2-1. Here's the pitch from Ramos. Swung on and missed again. Ramos works his way back in to even the count at 2.
Good spot there for Ramos in the inside part of the plate at 89 miles an hour. Fighting back well against a quality hitter in Josh Johnson.
Here's the 2-2 pitch from Ramos. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. 5 straight fastballs to Josh Johnson. Gets the strikeout and the first out here in this ball game.
Finally found that zone, didn't he? First couple of pitches well upstairs. Johnson swinging and missing at 3 straight to end that at bat. Good start for Ramos.
Now Tim Orr, the Canton native, will step into the left-handed batter's box for the Flashes as Ramos' first pitch is high, pop-up, shallow center field. Garcia will range in and make the play. 1 pitch, and that'll bring up the 2 outs here in the top half of the frame.
Thing was high in the air, as high a fly ball as I've seen here at Ray Fisher, but Garcia, nice job of tracking it again. Not many clouds in the sky, so that sun is a factor. Garcia all over that one, though, in the outfield.
Now bringing Kyle Jackson to the box as Ramos deals. That pitch is in the zone for strike 1.
Big shift here for Michigan's infield. Got 3 infielders to the right side of second base. Third baseman Caruso's a couple steps in.
Ramos winds and deals. The 0-1 is well outside into the left-hand batter's box, or the right-hander batter's box, excuse me. 4-1, even the count at 1.
We'll see if Jackson tries to get this gap in the center left part of the infield.
He'll take that 1-1 pitch upstairs, 2-1. But yeah, you mentioned it. We got the shift that you don't see in the MLB anymore, but still legal in college with the 3 players to the right side of the second base bag. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be popped foul out of play over to our left. So even the count at 2 with 2 outs here in the top half of the first inning.
We've talked about Ramos's struggles with control. Walked 4 batters in 2 innings in his last outing.
Here's the 2-2. That's going to be fouled off.
Yeah, we've talked about his control, and I think with the shift in play here, Peter, control is a big aspect of pitching. Want to get a ground ball on that right side of the infield, so maybe you're looking for that more inside placement on the pitches.
Here's another 2-2. Just missing the zone, and that's going to bring the count full, 3-2.
And right as I say that, Ramos goes for the outer edge of the plate in what was a great pitch.
90-mile-per-hour fastball just misses. Here comes the 2-out payoff pitch from Ramos. Swinging a high pop-up, higher than the last one.
Yep.
Who wants it in the infield? It's going to be Dernetti. Will call it off and make the play to retire the side. A quality first inning for Sachin Ramos.
Absolutely.
3 up and 3 down. We'll go to the bottom half of the first inning. Michigan and Kent State still knotted up at 1 apiece.
Ramos, an excellent job in that opening inning. I know I keep harping on his last start, but yeah, 4 walks, 2 innings, and the start before that gave up 5 hits in 1 inning. So Ramos is due for a good quality start, and excellent one there against some quality Kent State hitters to start this one. Again,
and you mentioned it getting off to a good start for Ramos, and he did exactly that. Perfect. He got behind on the first hitter, but was able to work his way back and get the strikeout, and then a quick second out, and then forcing another weak, simple pop-up fly.
Yep.
That's a perfect start for Ramos.
100%. Not that many pitches either.
Yeah, it was an efficient inning as well.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what you want to see. He only pitched, this is only his 13th appearance of the year, just his 3rd start of the season. So getting the midweek nod today.
Absolutely. And again, we talked to an assistant coach before this game, and he said that a lot of the lineup movement we're seeing is just for reps. It's all reps. And I think that's the mindset for a lot of these midweek games between series, especially between conference series for Michigan, is how can we tweak this lineup to the best of our ability? How can we give guys like Mitch Voigt the rest they need while also, giving quality at batters such as Joe Longo, who had a great series against Long Beach State, reps, and I think midweek single games are a great way to do it.
You're exactly right. And as Benny Roebuck, the Flower Mound, Texas native, gets his warm-up pitches in, it'll be Garcia, Kim, and Hrustich to lead off the bottom half of the first after a 1-2-3 top half. The Kent State defense looking to answer here in the home half of the first frame. And Garcia batting .262 on the year. He's on 15 runs in the month of April, which leads the team. And as a leadoff hitter, getting on base is paramount. Has a chance to do that here to start things off.
Absolutely.
Against Roebuck. The righty sets and deals the first pitch. Swinging a high fly ball, foul out.
I like Garcia getting on that first pitch, letting Roebuck know that he means business. Garcia, only a freshman. First career hit came on March 16th, a little over a month ago against San Diego. Got his first start 6 days later on the 22nd against Penn State.
He looks at an 0-1. Here's the pitch. A high fly ball, center field, but playable. Johnson will settle under it and make the play for the first out.
I like the aggressiveness from Garcia, though. Both pitches he's swinging. It's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball there from Roebuck. But Garcia flying out to center.
A lot of fastballs so far today by both pitchers.
Yep.
And now Jonathan Kim making we mentioned his first start since the Toledo Rockets were here in early March.
Yep.
Good seeing him back. We talked to Fegley. He's not full strength yet, but just getting him those reps and getting him ready to roll. Here's the first pitch to Kim. That's going to be taken just outside for ball 1.
Really good placement there from Roebuck. Similar to that pitch from Ramos in the first inning that I thought caught the outside edge.
Now, Kim did appear in all 3 games over the weekend, but this is his first start. He's going to ground it over to short. Kyle Jackson will field it, couple steps, and fires over to first for the second out. So 2 quick outs recorded by Roebuck to start this bottom half of the first inning.
It's good to see Kim get on top of one. And we mentioned the time off. Kim's first at-bat back was on the 26th, and he got a hit and eventually scored. So Kim, good to see solid contact there after more than a month off.
Now the senior, Stephen Rustich, to bat third. He'll check that foul.
Yep.
That was in on his hands. And, well, excuse me, swing just into the netting behind home plate. He had a really good weekend, Rustich did. Bat .625 with a 1.00 slugging percentage and 10 times reaching base. Here's the 0-1. It's going to be well outside and low for ball 1.
Yeah, Rustich has been a fantastic part of this Michigan order all season. He started all but 1 game. He's appeared in every game, hitting .300 as the senior.
Here's the 1-1. He's going to sky it deep into center field. Johnson will range back near the warning track, and he'll make the play pretty routinely. So the Wolverines go 3 up, 3 down here in this bottom half of the first inning. Pitching dominating that first frame for both sides. And a quick first inning here in Ann Arbor.
I think there was a difference, though. And, yes, it was 1, 2, 3 for both sides. But Michigan order here, you got a good, solid piece of hitting from A.J. Garcia, fly out to center. You got a nice hard-hit ground ball by Jonathan Kim, grounded short. You got a nice fly ball hit out to center again by Stephen Rustich. I think these Michigan players, there have been concerns with not swinging the bat. I think this first inning is a good sign of things to come. These hitters are aggressive, and they're looking to go out and attack the ball, just not hitting them to the right places yet. You still have 8 more chances, so I wouldn't be too upset if we're Michigan, but again, Ramos going back out to work. An excellent start in the top of the first for him. He'll look to keep it rolling against the weaker part of the Kent State order.
It'll be Williams, Clotes, and McNamara batting for the Golden Flashes here in this top half of the second inning. And you mentioned Sachem Ramos with a 14-pitch first inning. Very efficient first inning. He'll look to duplicate that here in the top of the second.
And Ramos, only a freshman. So perfect opportunity in this midweek game to get some action.
And the first hitter he'll face will be Brody Williams, the Eddyville, Kentucky native. He's hitting .333 with 16 runs batted in 14 games since he's re-entered the lineup early April. So Brody Williams has seen the ball well in his re-entering the Flashes lineup, and he had 2 hits and 2 runs in their win Sunday.
Leading off the top of the second inning for Kent State, the 4th batter, catcher number 22, Brody Williams.
So Williams will enter the box, and we'll get ready to roll here in the top half of the second. Ramos will wind and deal a first pitch. That's inside for ball 1.
Williams 5 hits in 11 at-bats during the Bowling Green series, so he's got a hot hand.
Here's the 0-1. That's going to be grounded. Nice snag by Caruso, and he'll fire it over to first. With that call in the air, I believe.
Oh, I think it was a line out, yeah.
It was a line out.
That was
ball
a quick one, though.
A quick one.
Yeah.
Nice little sliding play by Caruso, and he makes the play for the first out.
Caruso has been so stellar defensively at third throughout the season. I called a game earlier this year where he made an impeccable ground ball stop on the dive, and there, just the quick reflexes, getting the line out. He's been so good for Michigan over at the hot corner. It's a hard position to play.
Yeah, hot corner indeed. That one ripped right at him.
Yep.
Happened too fast for me to even notice. Hunter Klutz looked at the first pitch for strike 1, and the next pitch outside to even the count at 1.
And Jake Botek behind the plate, not liking that outside part of the plate, especially with left-handed hitters we've come to find in these opening couple of innings.
Here's the 1-1. Skied once again to center field and deep, chasing Garcia back, and he won't get there. And that's going to be a one-hop over the wall for a ground rule double for Hunter Klotz. So Kent State puts the first runner on base here in the top of the second. That one really hung out there and carried quite a bit, and Garcia couldn't track it down, and it hopped over the wall for a ground rule double.
Yeah, Klotz, excellent piece of hitting at every piece of that baseball. Looking to become a fixture of this Kent State lineup. This is only his 17th game played for them, his 10th start of the season.
And now Michael McNamara will take first pitch well high for ball one. Bang 263 is McNamara on the year.
With one out, Klotz at second is definitely a concern for Michigan.
Here's the 1-0. That pitch is high again for ball two.
Do want to focus on the batter here and the way that Michigan was swinging the bat in the first inning, despite the fact that it didn't get on. The swings look good, so you're optimistic that the offense will come, but do have to keep an eye on Klotz over there at second.
2-0 pitch is inside for 3-0 to McNamara. He had the walk-off double to help these Golden Flashes beat Bowling Green in their first game Friday, and now faces a 3-0, which will take upstairs for a 4-pitch walk. And we mentioned it, the walks were an issue in Ramos's last appearance, and a 4-pitch walk there will have runners on first and second with one out for Ebbing.
On the bright side, you've got a force now, so you can turn two.
And Michigan is the #1 team in the country at turning double plays.
Yep.
Kent State top 10 as well in that regard. So two of the best defensive teams at play. One out, that pitch is inside for ball one.
Got to get it in the zone, though, if you're Sachin Ramos. And naturally, here comes a mound meeting.
They're trying to settle him down as he's thrown 4 or 5 consecutive balls after giving up the ground rule double to deep center field. And a good mound visit to try and settle the nerves early after a really solid first inning. The second inning, things have gotten a little shakier for sure, and trying to get out of this early jam that he's put himself in. So Payne Ebbing, the Loveland, Ohio native and Tennessee transfer, has a chance to tack on the first runs in this ball game. First and second loaded, one out. The count is 1-0 now.
Looks like Michigan's going to get some action in the bullpen here early.
You're expecting more of a bullpen kind of day. As Ramos deals, the 1-0 is in the zone for strike one.
It'll be Zach Sladen, the freshman righty, warming up for Michigan in the bullpen. But yes, like Peter said, these single games in the middle of the week, lots of pitching rotation.
That pitch will be skied into right center field. Rustich will range over, make the play. Not deep enough to advance either runner.
Yep.
Very good out there. So 2 outs now here in the top half of the second. And Michigan has a chance to get out of this inning with no harm done.
And that is huge right there if you're Sachin Ramos in Michigan, getting a fly ball shallow right field. Like you said, Peter, runner unable to advance on that. It's a big out there with 2 outs now, entirely focused on the batter.
And now it's Dom Kibler in the batter's box with 2 runners on and 2 outs. Here's the first pitch, high and upstairs inside for ball one.
And we talked about midweek games being experimental games. Zach Sladen, also a freshman, warming up. I like the approach here by Michigan.
Timbrook deep in the hole at second base. Other than that, pretty standard defensive lineup. Here's the 1-0. That catches the zone for strike one.
Yeah.
A lot of fastballs early from Ramos. That one at 90 miles per hour, catching the corner to even the count at 1. Kibler banged 230 on the year. Here is the 1-1. It's been grounded, chopped right to first base. Longo will field it and touch the bag for the 3rd out. A nice job by Ramos getting out of that little jam. Just a 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 runners left on base, but no runs cross. The game remains scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the second inning here in Ann Arbor.
Good job by Ramos there, not panicking. Did walk a guy on 4 pitches with Klotz on second with that double, but stayed with it. I think the mound visit really helped, right? You got that shallow fly ball in right and then the grounder to first. Curious to see if Ramos keeps going. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't. I think it'd be good for him to get these reps. Michigan offense, though, Looked like they were on top of Benny Roebuck in the first inning. Although no one got on, some solid contact for all three hitters. 4, 5, 6. That's Priest, Longo, Caruso due up for Michigan. So we'll see if the middle of the lineup can do some damage in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, you mentioned Colin Priest will be the first hitter on for Michigan here in this bottom half of the second inning, batting .264 in the year. He went 2 for 5 with the double and RBI on Saturday. He was the only player on Saturday to get multiple hits for the Wolverines in their win over the Dirtbags of Long Beach State. And thanks for tuning in to WCBN Sports' coverage of Michigan baseball. Bottom half of the second inning.
And going back to that double play stat that you mentioned, Peter, Michigan leading the country. I didn't know that in defensive double plays. 75% of that infield is in their first season with Michigan. I think that just shows how stellar individually they all are at their positions defensively.
You're exactly right. As Roebuck gets ready to deal the first pitch to Priest, and that's in the zone for strike one.
Nice off speed. I don't think Priest was expecting that for pitch one. Floated in there at 75.
That might be the first off-speed pitch of this game for either side.
Yeah.
A lot of fastballs early. Here's the 0-1. It's going to be lined right up the middle, hitting Roebuck in the legs, but he's going to corral it and flip it over to first. A nice play by Roebuck. He seems to be okay as that ground ball right off his shin stayed close by where he was able to range over to his left and flip it over to first to get the first out of the inning.
Roebuck is ready to go. Doesn't look fazed by that at all. But again, another solid piece of contact by a Michigan hitter that resulted in an out. I think 8 times, 9 times out of 10 for Colin Priest. That's a single up the middle. But Roebuck's shins had other plans.
Here's Joe Longo now for the Wolverines. First pitch to Longo, swung on and missed.
There's that
off-speed pitch.
Yeah, that first pitch off-speed looked like a curve.
I'll go 0-1 count. But yeah, you're right. You mentioned a great pitch to lead off this batter. Here's the 0-1. It's going to be lined up the middle. Base hit. Joe Longo gets on for the first hit for the Wolverines. You mentioned more solid contact. That one just right up the middle.
Absolutely. Joe Longo has been on a tear recently. That's 3 of his last 4 games with a hit. Had 4 hits in 12 at-bats against Long Beach State. And this Michigan arbiter continues to make solid contact. Finally gets their first hit of the afternoon. The Joe Longo single up the middle.
So Longo on first, Cole Caruso in the batter's box, and he'll take that first pitch outside for ball 1. Caruso's average up to 250 on the year. He had a grand slam on Friday as part of the 10-run 8th inning explosion that Michigan had. Runner goes, pitches up the middle, might have hit the pitcher again, fires from Jackson over to first to get the out. Runner advances to second. But 2 outs now. That pitch, I couldn't tell if it hit the mound or if it hit Roebuck.
I think it hit the mound.
I believe so too.
Popped up.
And it popped up a little bit behind second base where Jackson, the shortstop, was able to field it and make the only play he had, which was at first.
It's a nice play by Jackson. That's short. So now 2 outs. Single scores Longo's at second.
And here's Mac Timbrook, the Kent, Ohio native, facing his hometown school today. That first pitch is in the turf for ball 1. Held in front by Williams, holding Longo at second base.
It looked like Jackson on that previous ground ball from Caruso could have touched second and just fired it over. I think he was a little too deep, though.
I think he was deep, and Longo was running too, so maybe he didn't want to risk it. He just wanted to make sure you get the sure out at first, which he did.
Yep, that's fair.
So 2 outs, runner on second. The 1-0 pitch outside.
Really nice placement again.
2-0. Good pitch, though, but holding off on it is Timbrook, batting .345 on the year for the Wolverines.
Timbrook actually played at Kent State his previous 4 seasons. This is his first season at Michigan.
Here's the 2-0. He popped up in the infield. Williams will range over. It's going to be called off by McNamara, who drops the ball.
Wow.
So it's going to go as a foul ball. Looks like Brody Williams, the catcher, had a play on it, but called off by McNamara at third, and McNamara misplayed it. So instead of the 3rd out of the inning, it's going to be a 2-1 count to Mac Timbrook. We'll see if he can take advantage of the gift he has of an extra life in this at-bat.
And Timbrook definitely wants to make every at-bat against his former team count.
2 outs, 2-1 pitch, runner on second. That pitch gets the zone, evens the count at 2. Big pitch coming. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch from Roebuck. Swinging a fly ball, left field, ranging over is Tim Orr. He will make the play to retire the side. So Michigan gets 1 runner on the single, moves him over to second base, but fails to score. So we will go to the top of the third, and this game will remain scoreless here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, Michigan, again, got the first base hit of the game in that second inning. No strikeouts yet for Michigan. I don't think we've had a single swing and a miss for a Wolverine either.
No, they've been
1 or 2, but I can't think of one.
they've been aggressive early in the counts, and they've been making contact. You're right. I don't think there has been a swing and a miss.
Oh, so it's good to see Michigan swinging the bat well, even if that's only 1 hit in seven hitters. But just got to keep it rolling, stay aggressive at the plate. Ball will find the zones eventually.
And we mentioned Zach Sladen was
There
in
he
the
is.
bullpen. He will come into the game for Michigan.
Sure, Ramos isn't too upset about those 2 scoreless innings helping out his ERA. Sure, he would have liked to go longer, but again, getting another freshman arm out there, reps. That's what it's about.
Yeah, Sladen making he's only pitched 9 1/3 innings on this season. His last appearance came against Ohio State a couple weeks ago, where he pitched 2/3 of an inning. Gave him 3 runs, though, on 2 hits. So looking to have a better showing here today against the Golden Flashes of Kent State. ERA at 8.68 for the freshman from Tomball, Texas. And he'll go up against the 9-1-2 hitter. It'll be Reese, Johnson, and Orr for Kent State.
The 9th batter, second baseman number 8,
Ripken Reese. The lefty will lead off for Kent State. Sladen rocks and deals the first pitch. Check swing outside. It will appeal to third. Does not go, says Corey Ray, the third base umpire. So that'll be ball 1.
And Reese has a 5-game hitting streak going.
We'll take the 1-0 low for ball 1. He had a 2 RBI double in the game Sunday to keep that hitting streak alive to 5 games. Batting .224 on the year. Is the freshman from Ellicott City, Maryland. Here's the 2-0. Grounded foul.
That's what you like to see, right? Freshman on freshman action against 2 teams with winning records looking for success beyond the regular season. This is the kind of experience that quality college career players have. And these 2 are getting it early.
Here's the 2-1. He's going to line it foul down the left field line into the Michigan bullpen. Almost hitting someone who's in the bullpen.
Got some people in the bullpen that
they'll scamper out of the way as the count evens at 2. And more activity instead of Michigan bullpen.
Yes.
Can't tell who is warming up. It looks like as Michigan doing a bullpen game today for the midweek. But here's the 2-2 to Reese.
Ooh.
Way outside.
Yep.
Nice job by Lightgive Holt keeping in front, even though there's no one on base.
Lost control of that one.
So now the count will be full here for the leadoff hitter, Ripken Reese. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Sladen loses the opening batter and will turn the lineup over to Johnson with a runner on first base.
Ripken Reese, it's a baseball name, isn't it?
It is a baseball name, you're right. So he gets on first base, is Reese. He's got 2 stolen bases on the year, but only stolen 2 bases and not attempted any others, so not too much of a threat, especially with Josh Johnson at the dish. He struck out his first at bat. Here's the first pitch. That one's in the turf. Runner's going to go towards second. Throw is hopped into second base. No play there. So Ripken Reese will advance to second.
And Lightgib, the catcher, looked like he slipped on that throw down the second. Had to block it. Ball was in the dirt. Pitch was in the dirt. And on his way up, I think he might have kind of panicked and slipped on that throw to second as we get a mound meeting and a potential pitching change.
I don't know if it was I don't know if he would have had a play if he had a more if he had the
that ball was already in the dirt.
Yeah. It's a tough play to make as we have the mound visit. So Ripken Reese to second base. Josh Johnson in the batter's box, but he will face a new pitcher for Michigan. Still waiting to see the number. I can't tell from up here yet. So runner on second base. If we have our new pitcher.
Number 20, it's going to be Ricky Kidd.
Ricky Kidd. He saw him over the weekend. He pitched on Friday. Gave up 2 runs on 3 hits in a 1 2/3 innings. And will inherit our runner on second base. He also pitched on Sunday. Gave up 2 hits in 2/3 innings. So looking for a sharp outing here, but comes in with a runner on second base. And nobody out here, facing Kent State's best hitter in Josh Johnson. As the wind is really starting to pick up here, lose my paper. Gotta go back and get it.
The one con of having the window open.
It's a beautiful day, though. Gotta keep the window open.
Too beautiful not to have it open. Want to congratulate all the students and these students athletes for finishing classes.
Congratulations to you finishing your last
Congratulations to you
paper.
as well. I know we've got one more exam.
I got an exam tomorrow, so not done yet.
Getting there. Can see it.
The home stretch for both of our college careers.
Absolutely.
No better way to spend it here at the ballpark.
Oh, no. Too nice to be inside. Blessed with a beautiful week of weather here in Ann Arbor this week, just in time for graduation.
Yeah, it looks like our graduation. We should have good weather at the big house. I was looking ahead. Should be pretty good, which is always exciting. The weather overall this semester hasn't been amazing, I should say, but it's picked up later, which is what matters here.
Had a couple bright spots.
Can't be too picky as Michiganders.
No, absolutely not.
So Ricky Kidd got his warm-up pitches in, and we're set to go. Runner on second base. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Golden Flashes trying to put the first runner on. That'll be Josh Johnson at the dish. Here's the first pitch. He's going to drop a bunt, and he'll foul it off.
And Johnson, the best hitter on this team, like you said, at .344 average, being asked to bunt. In a situation with one man on second and no outs. No matter who you are, you should know how to bunt if you're in the lineup.
We'll see if he bunts here with the 1-1. He will not show bunt. He'll swing and miss on a ball in the dirt.
And Johnson just can't find the ball today. He had 3 swings and misses in his first at-bat against Sachem Ramos. Now down 0-2 against Ricky Kidd.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Johnson. Runner on second base, nobody out. Kidd looks and deals. That ball's in the dirt. Blocked in front by Lightgib. Even the count at 2.
I know Josh Fegley, the assistant coach that we talked to pregame, said that when he was done with classes, he was very happy, and all the guys now can devote their time to baseball.
And now your whole brain is devoted on baseball, as he said.
Yep.
Here's a 2-2. Outside, count full now at 3-2.
Big pitch here with no outs. If you're Michigan, want to try to avoid having 2 on and no outs.
They got out of 2 on last inning with 1 out. But now with the full count pitch to Johnson. Here it comes. That's in the dirt. Ball gets away, so Reese will advance to third. So it's now going to be corners loaded with nobody out as the passed ball gets away from Lightgib at the catcher, allowing the runner to advance to third. I knew I heard my brother down there.
Your brother's there,
He's
yeah.
right below us.
Yeah.
I could hear him laughing. He's very loud. Maybe I'll say hi to him at some point during this game. But
Johnson on first, tied for 32nd in stolen bases in college baseball this year. He's got 21 successful steals. Got to imagine they're doing something here with runners on first and third.
that ball's going to be grounded to short. It's going to be Dernetti. He's got one play. It's at first, but he's going to bounce it over. So everyone's going to be safe. And the Golden Flashes are going to get on the board first and lead 1-0.
Yeah, it was a soft hit ground ball. Tough one to play if you're Kyle Dernetti at shorts.
Especially with the speed that Johnson has at first.
No chance for a play at second, yep. And then I feel like Dernetti took a weird route to that ball. Kind of curved out on his path, but again, that's a tough play to make.
So now it'll be first and second with nobody out for Kyle Jackson. He's going to drop a bunt down.
Oh,
beautiful bunt by Ricky Kidd. Has no play. He's going to fire it over to first, and that ball gets by Longo, and Johnson's going to score from second. So everything went right there for Kent State. Beautiful bunt, throw got away, and runner scores Johnson from second base. So Kent State will add another run. It's 2-0.
And all Kent State is putting the ball in play. There's no super hard hit balls. There's no elaborate base running or anything. All they're doing is putting the ball in play with runners on, and they're creating opportunities for themselves.
Exactly right. Small ball working early here. And now Brody Williams will have runners on first and second, still nobody out. He will show bunt, pulls back, and takes strike one.
And that's what successful bunters can do. They can get movement on the base paths, they can cause errors. And that was a beautiful bunt there from Jackson, who not only was able to advance the runner to second, but also score a run in the air.
Yeah, Johnson using his speed to go second to home on the ball that got just a bit away from Longo. No balls, one strike here to Williams. He will not show bunt. He'll check his swing, and home plate umpire says he went around. So quickly, Brody Williams goes behind 0-2. He lined out to Caruso in his first plate appearance last half inning, or last inning in the second. He's behind 0-2 now with 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. That's low.
Good stop there by Lightgib.
Great stop indeed, keeping the ball, or gloving that ball as it was hopped into the opposite batter's box. So now the count will be 1-2. Ricky Kidd trying to get that first out of this inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball right field, chasing Rustich back. He'll range over, make the play. Runner tags, and Orr will advance to third, but Michigan does get the first out of the inning on the fly out. So now the corners are loaded with 1 out for Hunter Klotz.
Kyle Jackson stays at first. Also a superb base runner. He's got 15 stolen bases this season on 18 attempts.
Yes, Lightgib will give the defensive announcement to the rest of the defense.
Yep. For first and third, yeah.
Potentially seeing how to play if Jackson does go.
Kent State could get tricky here with the base running. We'll see what they do.
Here's the first pitch. That one's low for ball 1.
Excellent coaching, excellent situational baseball. This top third for Kent State. Some excellent bunting. We saw them taking bunting practice before the game. It pays off there.
Here's the 1-0. That one's low, 2-0. Yeah, I mentioned it. Now you got runners on the corners, just 1 out. We'll see what the coaching staff for Kent State decides to do if they send Jackson to second, try to see how Michigan plays it defensively with Orr at third. Here's the 2-0. That one's low for ball 3. So Ricky Kidd falling behind in the count 3-0 to Hunter Klotz, who doubled in his last plate appearance. A ground rule double to center. He's got a 3-0 count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be low for ball 4, so it's another 4-pitch walk for these Michigan pitchers, and that will load the bases with golden flashes. I don't know what a golden flash is, but the bases are loaded with them as McNamara will come up to try and really extend this lead for Kent State early.
It's a pivotal moment in the game for sure, and I know it's only a midweek game. as we've got another mound meeting and probably another pitching change
I
here.
believe Tracy Smith signaled over to the bullpen. So Ricky Kidd, his line will finish with just a third of an inning pitched, and he's got 3 runners left on base. We'll see who the new pitcher is once we can see the number. But he'll be in a tough spot with the bases loaded and just 1 out. Trailing 2-0. As the Flashes, you mentioned, have manufactured runs here.
And to be fair, Kidd came on with a runner on second and nobody out. I think part of these midweek games is getting people in there for reps, and along with that comes some tough situations that you have to put yourself into. And for Ricky Kidd, he came in after the 9-hitter went, so he faced the top of the order with a runner on second and no outs. So credit to him for trying to do what he could in that situation.
And Will Rogers will be the new pitcher for Michigan. He did not get to start as catcher today. He is pitching.
Interesting.
He'll come in to pitch. He earned the win in Saturday's game, pitching 2 1/3 of relief. Gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, which was his first win of the year as a pitcher. So he got that out of the way over the weekend. He also homered over the weekend on Sunday, but as of now, just pitching for Michigan. And he's got a jam to try and wiggle his way out of.
How many players on any level of baseball that I see both pitch and catch? And Rogers has got 30.1 innings under his belt this season. So a good catcher behind the plate. So curious to see how he navigates this bases loaded situation for Michigan.
Yeah, it'll be Michael McNamara, we mentioned it, who will be hitting with the bases loaded. He's 167 on the year in these situations with the runners on first, second, and third as Will Rogers finishes up his warm-ups. And a pivotal, you mentioned it, midweek game, early in the game, still pivotal at bat here, trying to limit the damage and keep the Wolverines in it here on this Tuesday afternoon in Ann Arbor. McNamara walked his first plate appearance in the second. Has a chance to do a lot more here with the bases loaded, 1 out. Here's the first pitch from Rogers. Off speed is in the zone for strike 1.
It's a really good pitch there from Will Rogers. The off speed on the first pitch of the at-bat.
Rogers will check his wrist for the sign and take a breath and fires away. Here's the 1. The 0-1 is upstairs to even the count at 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Or Jackson and Klotz, the runners. Swung on it,
way out in
missed.
front. Yep. Another off speed there from Rogers. Got McNamara way out in front of that one. Now with 1 ball and 2 strikes, you can get fancy if you're Will Rogers.
You can play with a pitch here. Here's the 1-2.
Oh.
Swung on and missed on a beautiful 70-mile-per-hour. Oh, they're going to say it's foul tipped. And that ball did hit the dirt, so McNamara battling there, and he's got another chance as an usher tossed a T-shirt into the crowd for the strikeout, but it's in fact not a strikeout.
See if they can get that one back.
I don't know if they'll have to give it back.
Yeah.
Tracy Smith's not happy with the call. He's speaking with the home plate umpire, Jake Botek.
I think I did hear a.
I don't remember if I did or not. We know it hit the ground.
Yeah. I thought I heard a little piece of contact. Could be wrong though.
The umps heard what you heard, so we will do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes, bases loaded. Pivotal call. We'll see how Rogers can manage that now. It was a beautiful pitch, though, 70 miles per hour in the dirt. Here's the 1-2 again from Rogers. Swing a fly ball, foul out of play. So McNamara battling this at bat, and he'll have another 1-2 count.
McNamara finally found that off speed. That one coming in at 74 miles an hour.
Yeah, Rogers is throwing the off speed here in his first batter. He's got a 5.64 ERA, 1.58 WHIP, and here's the 1-2 is off speed outside, 69 miles per hour as the wind picks up here again. That'll even the count at 2. Rogers checks his wrist for the sign. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Off speed, fought off by McNamara again.
Still trying to find that off speed is McNamara. Credit to him, though. Really fighting this at bat. Making every pitch count, just waiting for his pitch. Again, bases still loaded.
Yep, bases loaded, 1 out. McNamara battling here. Trying to extend this lead. 2-2 pitch. In the dirt for ball 3, so a pivotal 3-2 pitch coming
And
from Will Rogers.
He's worked back well. That pitch came in at 91 miles an hour. Imagine being a hitter, seeing one pitch 70, and then seeing one pitch 20 miles an hour faster than that.
Here's a payoff pitch. High pop-up over our heads and out of play into the parking lot.
Really good battle here between Michael McNamara and Will Rogers.
I don't know how many pitches this at-bat has had, but it is up there for
We're
sure.
at like 8, I believe.
Something like
this should
that.
be the 9th.
So the count is full with 1 out. McNamara and Rogers battling. Here's another payoff pitch. Fouled off again.
Yep.
What an at-bat here in this 3rd inning.
Really good at-bat. Was way in front of those off-speeds early part of the at-bat. McNamara has worked his way back. He's found the tempo and how he should approach from a timing perspective those off-speeds, and he's fouling them off.
Here is another payoff pitch. Swinging line drive. Wow. Foul down the left field line.
Now. Really getting on it. It's an excellent piece of hitting here from Michael McNamara.
He's battling. What an at-bat here.
Really impressive. I mean, it seemed like he was in the dirt in those first couple of pitches, right, where he was swinging and missing.
Mm-hmm. He's worked the count full, and I believe this will be the 4th full count pitch. Bases loaded, 1 out. Rogers deals the payoff pitch again. Ground ball to short. Dernetti will flip it to second. Timbrook fires over to first, and a double play to end the inning.
Nice. Right on cue.
6-4-3 double play. The nation's leading double play team does it again there, and big time here to get out of the inning.
Huge.
With just the 2 runs given up.
Was really needed. And you know what's crazy is Will Rogers, I believe, only faced 1 batter that inning, or did he strike out somebody?
That was his first batter.
That was his first batter, right? So what an at-bat that was. And McNamara had his hands on his knees. He was exhausted to trying to beat that one out to first. Really good at-bat for him, but Michigan, like you said, the double play kings of college baseball, getting it when they need it most.
Yeah, that's double play number 50 turned this year for Michigan, leads the nation. And Timbrook and Dernetti, who had that one, that's their 35th as a unit at second and short. You could tell they got that chemistry defensively, and they made it look routine there. On the 6-4-3 double play. Limiting the damage. Kent State did get 2 runs there at the small ball, manufactured those runs early, but Michigan escapes with the limited damage and now has a chance to get back offensively and try to claw their way back with still plenty of time left.
Absolutely.
It'll be Dernetti, Lightgib, and Garcia, 8-9-1, due up here in this bottom half of the 3rd inning. Did the trike race happen? Did we miss it?
I think that possibly. I think they were out there.
Ugh.
I don't know what they were doing. I didn't see anything official going on.
We missed a little potential race that was happening on the 3rd base foul territory, but so here comes Kyle Dernetti. He started every game this year for Michigan. He's the only player to have that title. And the leadoff, batting .409 as a leadoff hitter, .259 average on the year. And the first pitch is low for ball 1.
Yeah, Michigan just got to keep that same approach that they've had in the first 2 innings at the plate, being aggressive. Same pitcher, so.
Here's the 1-0 from Roebuck. That's a high fly ball. Deep down the line. That's going to go out of play to even the count at 1. Yeah, you mentioned Michigan's been aggressive early. That's only the 20th pitch that Roebuck's thrown through 2+ innings. So that aggressiveness has also kept Roebuck fresh.
100%. 100%.
Now the count even at 1 apiece. Roebuck deals.
Ooh.
That's going to hit Dernetti in the shoulder. Get on base any way you can. Dernetti will take that one. Raise the on base percentage and get the leadoff hitter on. And Brock Lightgeb will step in the batter's box with a runner on first and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. First pitch looked at outside for ball 1.
Another opportunity here with no outs and 1 on for Michigan to get a run in. Got the top of the order coming up after Lightgib.
Roebuck will fire it over to first, keeping Dernetti at bay. And
Dernetti 5 stolen bags in 7 attempts this season.
Keep him honest. He's got a nice little lead off at first. That pitch is going to be chopped 1 hop over to McNamara, fires over to second, and the 5-4-3 double play. McNamara, Reeson, Klotz will empty the bases and put 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
You said it. What are they, top 10 in double plays as well, Kent State?
Both teams in this, yep.
Both these teams flashing the leather here at Ray Fisher. Got Lightgib by half a step there, and all of a sudden you go from 1 on, no outs to no on, 2 outs. That's just how this game works.
Now be A.J. Garcia with no 1 on and 2 outs. He'll take the first pitch in the zone for strike 1.
Garcia is going to be a big piece of this program for years to come. Only a freshman, 260 average on the season.
He flew out in his first at-bat. We'll take the 0-1 pitch low in the dirt for ball 1 to even the count at 1 apiece.
Again, Garcia, first career hit March 16th, made his first career start the 22nd, and he has owned that leadoff batting role as a freshman. He's been great in the outfield as well.
Here's the 1-1. That's going to be low and inside again. 2-1. And yeah, he took over the lineup once Jonathan Kim got hurt and has become a mainstay in this lineup for the Wolverines at the top. And now he's got a 2-1 count. Outside, 3-1.
It's a good pitch there. Again, home plate umpire Jake Bodek not liking that outside edge.
Particularly against the lefty hitters.
Against the lefties, yep.
Here's the 3-1. Garcia will take a called strike 2.
Likes that inside edge, though.
The 90-mile-per-hour fastball from Roebuck in the zone to bring the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Popped foul out of play.
Job by Garcia to fight that one off.
We'll do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom half of the third inning. Here's the pitch from Roebuck, hopped in the dirt. And Garcia will get on base with another walk.
A really good job from the kid working that at-bat. Did A.J. Garcia a run around with 2 outs.
Up and now Jonathan Kim will have the runner on first with 2 outs. Chance to keep this inning alive for the Wolverines. Lefty batting .302 on the year. We mentioned this is his first start since early March. Trying to slowly work him back in the lineup. The first pitch he will take on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Kim, nice hard hit ground ball to shortstop in his first appearance in the first inning. Kyle Jackson, naturally the shortstop for this at-bat, playing at the edge of the grass.
Here's the 0-1 from Roebuck. That's nicely snagged by Williams.
Really nicely snagged.
Kind of backhand nonchalantly snagged it.
Yeah.
Now, he definitely made that look a lot easier than it actually was.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Keeps the ball in front, keeping Garcia at first. So the count will be even 1-1 with 2 outs. Roebuck sets and delivers. Low and inside, 2-1.
Nice take there by Jonathan Kim. Had a semi-off speed coming at 80 miles an hour.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Roebuck sets and delivers again to Kim. Swung on and missed out in front of the off speed.
Way out in front.
That will even the count at 2. Kim gets into the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first is Garcia. Roebuck looks inside for the sign and gets set to deliver, but he'll step off. Time called. So we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2 pitch in a moment. Runner goes. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 3. Jonathan Kim goes down on strikes. So Roebuck works a hit by pitch, got to the double play, then a walk, and then gets the strikeout to end the inning. So Michigan puts no runners, puts nobody in. The score will remain 2-0 in favor of the Golden Flashes as we head to the top of the 4th inning here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Thanks for tuning in with us. We'll see if we get a new pitcher in for Michigan, or if Rogers will remain on the mound. I believe that's Rogers still. It is. So Rogers, who had a great first at bat, who worked a great first at bat.
Ended that last inning with a good battle. Who was it, against McNamara?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if Will Rogers can continue the success. McNamara grounding in a double play last inning to end that inning. Facing 7, 8, 9.
That will be Ebbing, Kibler, and Reese. Their stat broadcast isn't working for some reason.
Yep.
That's all right. So David Ebbing, the DH today, will step in. He's 0 for 1 today, dropping the average to 306. Here's the first pitch from Rogers. Fouled back for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's a pitch from Rogers. Upstairs to even the count at 1. So here's the 1-1 from Rogers. That's going to catch the outside corner. 1-2. Rogers getting ahead on Ebbing here.
I love how Rogers switches between that off speed and that fastball. Just a 20-mile-an-hour gap between those 2 pitches, really throwing hitters off.
He's ahead 1-2. Here is the pitch. Swing, foul, tip into the glove for strike 3. First strikeout for Rogers. And that will be the first out of this 4th inning. They'll bring up Dom Kibler into the box. The New Berlin, Wisconsin native. He's been hit by pitch at least a team high 14 times. He'll take that first pitch inside for strike 1.
He does stand pretty far in the batter's box.
Fall behind 0-1 after that first pitch strike from Rogers. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball right up the middle, snagged by Rogers, and he'll nonchalantly flip it over to first base for the second out. Nice job by Rogers gloving that comebacker, settling it down, and firing over to first for the second out. 2 up, 2 down.
Both these pitchers, Roebuck and Rogers, have made some nice plays with those comebackers. Roebuck, back in the first or second, I believe it hit off his shin. For Rogers, they're flashing the leather right into the glove.
That's 2 quick outs as Rogers has been working efficiently here in this half inning, and brings up Ripken Reese. He'll take the first pitch inside for ball 1.
Yeah, that off speed kind of floated away from Will Rogers that time. Just floated up well outside of the strike zone.
So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here. Here's a pitch to Reese. Ground ball, base hit between third and short. So a 2-out single for Ripken Reese. We'll keep this inning alive for the Golden Flashes and bring up Josh Johnson, the leadoff hitter.
Josh Johnson.
No action in the bullpen, so it looks like the plan, at least for the next couple of innings right now, is Will Rogers. So I think this is more of a let's get these out and try to win this game approach rather than maybe the beginning of the game when you started with the freshman Ramos for reps. And Ramos did a good job. Didn't give up any runs.
He worked an efficient first inning, had a little bit of trouble to escape in the second, but he took care of that. And, 1-0 pitch coming to Josh Johnson with runner on first and 2 outs in the zone for strike 1. Johnson 0 for 1 today. He struck out and then walked, I believe. Like I said, our stat broadcast isn't working. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Grounded foul behind home plate.
Yeah, Johnson struck out and walked.
There's a chance to keep this thing alive for Kent State with the runner on first, which is Reese, or Ripken Reese. Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. High fly ball, right field. Easy play gonna be made by Rustich, and he'll snare it down the little right field line to end the inning. So Kent State gets the hit, but strands the runner. Nice efficient inning from Will Rogers. We'll go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. The score will remain 2-0 Kent State.
Yeah, Rogers kind of stemming the tide here in that 3rd inning.
Yeah, he worked really efficiently there.
Yeah, and when he came in the 2nd as well, stemmed the tide pretty well.
Yeah,
but it seems like Michigan's hitting is kind of taking a dip a bit as far as the aggressiveness at the plate. But we'll see here.
Yeah, exactly right. We'll see how. Looks like we have a new pitcher on for Kent State. We'll get the number in a moment. As the sun is really shining. It's going to soon get into our line of vision here.
It's a righty.
Sabrox is back, but it's a little behind, so we're still waiting to see who the. I can't see the number from here.
Can I? Oh, 18, I think 18. Is what we got. 18.
It's going to be Joe. I need to make sure I pronounce this name right.
Should be Joe Maselli.
Joe Maselli.
Joe Maselli, the righty senior.
He pitched on Saturday for the Golden Flashes, pitched 2 2/3 inning, gave up 6 runs on 3 hits and 6 walks, and took the loss in the Saturday game. So definitely looking for a better outing, I should say, for the Oakland, New Jersey native and Gardner-Webb transfer. And he'll face Steven Hrustich to lead off, and that first pitch is inside for ball 1. So it'll be Hrustich, Priest, and Longo here in this bottom half of the 4th inning. Here's the 1-0. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes.
Hrustich has been a huge part of this Michigan order this season.
1-1, or the 2-0, excuse me, it's called strike 1. So I'll make the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Well upstairs. 3-1 to the leadoff hitter.
It's all about base runners early, and Hrustich working this count well. 3-1. At the middle of the order coming up.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. It's going to be popped high and foul into the parking lot, I believe.
Well, watch your cars.
Yep. Got to park as far away as you can.
Oh, yeah.
I walked here today, but with the weather being as nice as it is, but when you drive here, you got to park far away. Don't want to risk losing a windshield. Here's a payoff pitch to Hrustich. He's going to hit a high fly ball towards left field. Easy play made by Tim Orr for the first out of the inning.
Again, solid contact there from Michigan. Hrustich up on that count 3-1. Swung at a pitch he liked. Good solid contact, just right at Orr out in left field.
Now Colin Priest will come up for Michigan. He's 0 for 1 today. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
There's your brother making his way up the stairs.
Yeah, I heard him early. He's a loud, loud person for sure. Taking in the afternoon ball game as the 1-0 is outside, 2-0 to Priest. Batting .261 on the year is Priest. He's got a nice hitter-friendly count. He'll take the 2-0 in the zone on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
It's a nice pitch there by Maselli.
Maselli's 2-1 is outside, similar area,
Yep.
just missing there. So make the count 3-1.
It's another nice pitch by Maselli as well. Like you said, Peter, very similar, but home plate umpire Bodick not liking that outside part of the plate against lefties.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be low, ball 4. Priest works a 5-pitch walk. Gets a runner on for the Wolverines, who just have 1 hit today, but they've gotten a couple walks. They've not have much offensive pressure so far in this game, but looking to turn the tide with Joe Longo coming up. Longo is the lone player to record a hit for the Wolverines. Here's the first pitch, and that's upstairs for ball 1.
And Longo's been good recently. Like you said, only Michigan player to record a hit so far. So 4 of 12 in the series against Long Beach State, including 4 RBIs and a home run.
Here's the 1-0. Upstairs,
Yep.
2-0.
And this Michigan dugout can feel it. Longo ahead in this count, got a runner on with 1 out.
And looks like Kent State felt it too, so they're going to do a quick mound visit as Brody Williams will chat with his pitcher to kind of settle things down. As Maselli's gone behind on all these hitters that he's faced here in this 4th inning. Once again, we got 1 out. Runner on first base, which is Priest, and Joe Longo in the batter's box with a 2-0 count. Maselli looks and gets the sign and deals a 2-0. That's going to hit Joe Longo in the back.
Just got to wear it.
He will wear it, and we will go to now first and second loaded now with the 1 out. And the first chance for Michigan really here in this game to get something going offensively. It's going to be Cole Caruso up with 2 runners on. And now we're going to have a mound visit. Looks like Kent State does have someone warming up. Too far for us to tell who. We'll see if they do make the change here. With Cole Caruso 0 for 1 today.
It's the biggest at-bat for Michigan today offensively. For Cole Caruso, got 2 runners on. Caruso, 2 hits in the opening game against Long Beach State, went hitless in the final 2. Actually, excuse me, I was looking at the wrong stat. He's got a single hit in each of the first 2 games, went hitless in the last one. So 2 hits total in 13 at-bats. So Caruso looking to get it going.
Did have the grand slam, though, on Friday, or Saturday, I believe.
Yes, he did. Yep. Had the grand slam.
Which is his
26th.
third grand slam of the season. He leads the team with 37 RBI and has a chance to add a couple to that total as he takes the first pitch inside for ball 1.
Absolutely. Got to work this count. Wait until Maselli finds that zone again.
He's been missing it so far in this inning. Is Maselli. He's going to step off. We'll do it again. Priest at second, Longo at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Michigan trying to add their first run of the game with Cole Caruso in the batter's box. Reese will hold Priest, and that ball's going to hit Caruso in the elbow.
Evo shield.
Back-to-back hit by pitches. is going to load the bases for Mac Timbrook
All right, Mac.
in a prime opportunity.
And look, who did Mac play for before he played for Michigan?
Kent
Boom,
State Golden
Kent State.
Flashes, his hometown team.
It seems written in the stars here, right?
Perfect opportunity here. Bases loaded, 1 out.
The grad student.
Umpire talking with the Kent State bench, and it looks like umpires gonna meet about something. I'm not sure what. We will see.
Could be related to the 2 straight hit by pitches. I doubt it. I don't think it should be.
I don't think he swung. It didn't seem like it was anything related to a swing. Quick meeting. They're gonna review.
The previous play is under further review.
We don't have a monitor, so we won't be able to see what they show unless
Should-
they show us on the screen.
Should get the Big Ten replay here on the screen.
I'm not sure what they're reviewing, but as of now, the bases are loaded with 1 out.
I love how the umpires run outside of the.
Yeah, they gotta go into
they
the-
leave the premises to go.
Check out the
Yeah.
check out the little monitor.
Can you imagine like pulling into the parking lot, just seeing an umpire sprinting.
Yep, he leaves the play. Let's look at the replay. It might be if Caruso
might
swung
have
when he
been.
got hit. Let's see.
Or if he like went into it. No way he swung.
Oh,
No way he swung.
Possibly if he went into it, but I don't even know if that's reviewable.
What about a foul ball maybe? If it hit the
Oh,
end
did
of
it hit the bat? I can't tell from that
I
angle.
don't think it did.
Quick review, though. We'll see what the call is.
Here come the umpires getting their jogging.
And they will award first base to Caruso. So possibly reviewing the hitting the bat.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you could review if he leaned in. That's a judgment call.
Right.
Either way, it doesn't really matter. Now the pitching change will be made. So Kent State using that time to get the bullpen warming up a little extra as well. Jeff Duncan will trot out to make the change. He's been coaching at Kent State since 2013. A 329 and 205 record. And over the past 5 years, he's led Kent State to a 12-5 record against Big Ten opponents, including a win against Penn State this year in Happy Valley. He's trying to make it 2-0 against Big Ten competition, are these Golden Flashes.
He's got a decision to make here. Makes a decision to send out a new pitcher against his former player, Mac Timbrook. And Timbrook last season for Kent State, 301 batting average, was second team All-MAC at second base. Had 15 multi-hit games. He was the first Kent State player since 2009 to score 6 runs in a game.
6 runs in a game is pretty.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of
For
runs.
an individual player. I don't know if it says more about the player or more about the batters around him or following him.
A team effort, that's for sure.
Definitely, 100%.
Getting on base and then
Getting hit in.
getting in. Looks like Gavin Jones is going to be the new pitcher for Kent State. The North Royalton, Ohio native.
But Timbrook's been an excellent piece of this Michigan order this season. 345 average. He's kind of locked up that 7 spot despite the high average. Provides a little bit of pop near the bottom of the order. Also can steal a base or two. He's got 8 stolen bases this season on 10 attempts. So this is a quality player and one that has helped Michigan have the success that they've had this season. Wolverines at 23 and 21.
Timbrook's also on an 18-game hitting streak.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's reached bases safely in 21 straight games. Both of those are still on the line. He's 0 for 1 today. He flew out to left in his first at-bat, but he's got prime opportunity with the bases loaded going up against Gavin Jones, the Alabama transfer, who's 2-0 on the year. This 19 innings pitched, give up 17 runs, 26 strikeouts to 15 walks, a 7.91 ERA. So Timbrook is at the plate, Caruso's at first, Longo at second, Priest at third. Bases loaded with Wolverines, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Gavin Jones sets and deals the first pitch. That's going to catch the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Got righty on lefty action.
Yep, the right-handed pitcher Gavin Jones against the lefty Mac Timbrook. Here's the 1-0. Skied into left center field. Johnson will range over. right center field, I should say. That's going to be caught. Runners tag from second and third. Priest will score. Longo over to third. Michigan gets on the board. A productive out there from Timbrook. We'll cut this lead in half. It's now 2-1.
Definitely. I'm sure Timbrook wanted more with the bases juiced against his former team, but a sac fly will do. Getting Michigan on the board for the first time this game, cutting that lead at half. It's now a 2-1 ball game. Kent State leads. Still got runners on first and third for Michigan.
Yep, corners loaded for Kyle Dernetti. Chance to tie this game. He got hit by the pitch his first at bat. First pitch is in the dirt, blocked nicely by Williams, keeping Longo at third and Caruso at first.
Yeah, and Williams had a couple nice stops today. That one really crucial with the runner on third.
Count 1-0, now 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Michigan brought in 1. Can they bring in more? He's going to lay down a bunt. Be picked up by Jones, who couldn't handle it. He's going to throw it high,
Kyle
not in time. And this game is tied at 2. Dernetti with a great bunt.
Talk to him, Kyle.
And Gavin Jones just couldn't handle it.
It was great for 2 reasons. 1, the bunt itself was good, but 2, who would have expected that with 2 outs?
2 outs, runners on the corners. He dropped it down, perfectly placed, and Gavin Jones feeling the pressure, having to get to it quickly. He just couldn't pick it up. So this game is tied at 2. Runners on first and second now. Swung on and missed on the first pitch is Lightgibb.
Big swing there from Brock Lightgibb. Wow, Dernetti. Excellent butt there. Really, really good bunt. Situational.
So now, no balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here. Runners on first and second. Swung on and missed again. So quickly, Lightgibb goes behind 0-2. The Portland, Oregon native.
Only a freshman.
Batting 149 on the year. And it's behind on the count 0-2. Here's the pitch from Jones. Ooh, Williams tried to trick the umpire and give him that strike 3 called. It looked outside, though.
Yeah, tried to head on over to the dugout. Not so fast.
Not so fast as the umpire, Jake Botek. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Fouled off behind us.
Good fight. Good fight with 2 strikes from Brock Lightgibb. Got to keep your head in it. Can't be overthinking too much. If you make it to this high of a level in baseball, you tend not to do that. But with 2 runners on, still a big at-bat.
Another 1-2 pitch coming to Lightgibb. Here's the pitch.
Nice high.
Outside.
Yep.
Count even at 2.
Good stop again by Williams there.
So count 2 balls, 2 strikes. We got 2 outs, 2 runners on. We're going to have another mound visit. Williams, the catcher, will talk to his pitcher, Jones. It's getting warm in this press box with the sun shining down on our hands. But we mentioned a beautiful day today. Looks like 3 mound visits remaining for the Flashes. So another 2-2 pitch, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Michigan scored twice in this inning. Can they add to that here? Here's a 2-2. Swing a high pop-up. Jackson will range under it and make the play for the 3rd out. But not before the Wolverines strike twice to tie the game at 2 with a sacrifice fly and a squeeze bunt.
How about that bunt from Dernetti?
Beautiful bunt.
That's my highlight of the game so far.
It was a great play. Unexpected with 2 outs and runners on the corners, but it got the job done. So we'll have a tie game as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. And Will Rogers will stay on the bump for the Wolverines. He's been efficient so far today. He's pitched 1 2/3 innings, giving him just 1 hit. Got a strikeout as well, and he worked out of the bases loaded jam.
Yeah, Rogers has been good. Again, no action in that Michigan bullpen, so it looks like Tracy Smith and co. will ride with Rogers for the time being.
As Tim Orr steps to the plate, or will step to the plate for Kent State. It'll be Orr, Jackson, and Williams. Orr singled in his last at-bat to extend his current hitting streak to 7 games, which is the best on the team in that regard. He leads the team tied for first on the team with 9 home runs. And he has 17 multi-hit games. He already got 1 hit today, does Tim Orr, and a chance to add to that to lead off this top half of the 5th inning. Here in Ann Arbor, thanks for tuning in WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan baseball. I'm Peter Nasr. Alongside me is Owen Klein. It's been a fun one so far, and a fresh ball game after Michigan responded to tie the game.
Absolutely. We're tied at 0-0 basically. In reality, it's 2-2, but that should be the mindset of these players. Also, fans starting to trickle in a little bit, like we said, right?
Yeah.
Got the Michigan softball team here in front of us, I believe.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Here's the first pitch. Upstairs for ball 1. And we saw the softball team had a great weekend in Happy Valley. They've been on a roll.
Oh, yeah.
They got the Buckeyes coming to town this weekend for their home finale.
Shout out to Michigan softball.
I'll be on the call Sunday. I'm excited for that one.
Tune in.
1-0 checked swing, but it's outside. 2-0.
Man.
It's the leadoff hitter Orr.
Although I disagree with Botek not liking that corner, at least he's consistent with it.
He is
does
consistent.
not call that corner at all.
I prefer a consistent umpire.
Yes.
As long as you know where the strike zone is and
Yep.
it stays there the whole game for both sides.
Yeah.
It's a tough job. Here's a 2-0 to Orr. Grounded right to first. Longo will snare it and steps on the bag. The 3 unassisted put out for the first out here in the top of the 5th.
Longo's made a couple of nice ground ball defensive plays over there at first, which is something that first basemen aren't really known for, but Longo flashing the leather a little bit throughout this game.
You may look routine there.
Yeah. I almost hit hard.
It was. As Kyle Jackson steps to the plate for Kent State.
Oh.
Check swing. You know, strike 1. Beautiful pitch by Will Rogers. Jackson singled his last at bat. He'll ground this one to second. Timbrook will range over to his left, fires it over to first. A quick 2 outs here for Will Rogers. He's been pitching well so far today.
He has. He's been good. This Michigan infield is just so consistent. And I know they had the 1 error on the throw over to first back in that crazy 3rd inning when Kent State did a good job rushing Michigan with the bunt, but otherwise Michigan's been fantastic.
And Michigan's .979 fielding percentage is 25th in the country.
Yeah, 979 is good. That's really
It's
good.
very good. You help out your pitchers when you
Yeah.
can make your plays, as Brody Williams takes the first pitch in the zone for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. That's low in the dirt for ball 1 to even the count at 1. Williams has a line out to third and a fly out to right in his first 2 plate appearances. He's 0 for 2 today. Takes the 1-1 off speed in the zone for strike 2.
Michigan coaching staff loves calling that off speed for Rogers. I don't blame him.
He's been sharp today, and he caught the plate there. It's a pitch away from getting out of this inning quickly, and the 1-2 is check swing, doesn't go, says first place umpire Mullock. So count will go even at 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Here's Rogers' pitch. Check swing again.
Check it. I got to check it.
They're not going to appeal. So full count now to Brody Williams. Got 4 home runs on the year, the sophomore, who's working behind the plate defensively today. Here's a full count pitch. Grounded foul over towards third.
Good fight there. It's an interesting situation, right? With full count, 2 outs. You don't want to give him a meatball because you don't want anything bad to happen, but you do want to get this out. So we'll see what the approach is here. They probably go fastball, I'd imagine.
The last pitch, a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. We'll see what is called for Rogers. Here's the 3-2 pitch.
The off speed. Off-speed found the zone, but Williams found the off-speed, fouled it off.
Yeah, fired off into the crowd.
That's quality there. It's quality pitching, quality hitting. Getting the off-speed on a 3-2 count that finds the zone, and Williams able to foul that one off.
So we'll have another 3-2 count with that ball lands in the crowd, and a fan just picked it up right nonchalantly on the ground. For the Souvenir, here's another payoff pitch. 2 outs. High chopper towards third. Foul. Nice play there by Caruso.
Of course, Caruso wants to flash that leather even if it's a foul ball.
That's a good play there.
I love it.
It would have been a great play if it was fair, but we'll do the 3-2 count again. As these Kent State hitters have really worked the counts on a couple occasions
They
here.
have, yeah. McNamara a couple innings ago.
This will be Rogers' 30th pitch of his afternoon.
Still no action in the bullpen.
Here's the other full count pitch from Rogers. Line drive center field. That ball is going to get down. Garcia was shifted pretty heavily towards right field, and that's the reason that ball got down.
Yep.
So 2-out single for Williams, and Kent State keeps this inning alive.
Shift comes back to bite Michigan, like you said, Peter. A.J. Garcia was shifted from our perspective looking from home plate to the right of the second base. And it's probably a flyout, right, if he's normally positioned. But
if he's positioned where he is now, which is shifted over towards left field, it's an easy out.
Easy out, but had to make the journey all the way over there. Good cutoff, though. Only a single.
Kept it as single for Williams, and Hunter Klotz has a runner on first with 2 outs, and he'll take the first pitch in the zone for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. We got 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Runner on first is Williams. Not a threat to steal, just 2 stolen bases. Caught once as well. Doesn't have a long lead, and that pitch will be low for ball 1 in the dirt. Klotz doubled in his first at bat, and he walked in his last, so he's 1 for 1 today, and has reached base safely twice today. He has a 1-1 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. That pitch is going to be chopped foul over towards first. So the count will go to 1-2. Rogers will check for the pitch. Looks over to first, working here on the stretch. Fires a 1-2 inside, 2-2.
Look close. Klotz getting out of the way of that one. Close to hitting him that time.
And another 2 balls, 2 strike count with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, base hit.
Uh-oh.
So back-to-back singles. Williams will go first to third. And Kent State manufacturing with 2 outs with back-to-back singles, and they got the corners loaded with 2 outs.
Yep. All of a sudden go from no on, 2 outs, to runners in the corners, 2 outs. Now you got to be careful here. And McNamara steps up again. Remember, he had what probably was a double-digit pitch at bat. His first time up against Rogers, so.
Yep, he walked in his first plate appearance, and then you mentioned that great at-bat led to a 6-4-3 double play.
Yep.
You're now 2 outs and corners loaded. First pitch is off speed in the zone for strike 1.
And remember, McNamara also got down 0-2 to start that at-bat.
Worked it full, fought off a couple pitches. It was definitely the best at-bat of this game
100%.
for either side. So the count's 0-1, 2 outs. Off speed, that's going to be fouled off into the Michigan bullpen.
Taken for a ride there, way out in front of that one is McNamara. And again, down 0-2 to start this at-bat.
Runners on the corners. Williams at third and Klotz at first after back-to-back singles with 2 outs. Will Rogers trying to get out of this jam with no harm done and keep this game tied as we enter the halfway point. Here's the 0-2 is in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Lightgib. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big pitch coming here from Will Rogers. He'll get set, breathe in. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him.
Big time.
So Rogers strands the 2-out singles, the 2-out singles, and gets out of this inning unscathed. 2 hits for the Golden Flashes, 2 runners left on base, and no runs scored. This game stays 2-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
Got a good one on our hands.
It's been a fun one so far.
Yeah.
This game stays tied. We've seen some good hitting, good at-bats on both sides.
Yeah. Some good situational hitting, some really good bunting.
Yep.
I think Dernetti bunted in a run, and one of the Kent State hitters also bunted in a run very nicely. So bunting has been a big part of this game. There we go, the hacky sack race. Oh, got 2
Oh, look at that, 2 kids hacky
yeah.
sack down the third base line. The kid with the orange, possibly Tigers cap, I can't tell. He's got a nice sizable lead.
Got a good lead, but the other guy's catching up.
Oh, look at the other guy's really making. Oh,
he fell again. That's 2 falls. That's like having an error.
And the kid, Jacob, I believe is his name, he'll step on the block end first, and he'll win whatever prize they'll give him.
Great job, Jacob. You know, baseball is a sport where you can have so many different pieces of equipment that you got to have a prize for these kids. A hat or a batting glove
Like
or whatever
T-shirts.
it is.
I'm trying to see if we'll see what they're going to give the kid. Put a good effort out there. Hacky sacking his way down the third base line.
Reminds me of summertime when I was a kid.
Back when we were young. We're old now.
Oh, yeah.
Graduating in 2 days or whatever it is. But as for this game, we'll go through the line score. Kent State's got 2 runs on 6 hits and the 1 error. Michigan has 2 runs, but only 1 hit. They've really just manufactured the runs through base on balls and hit by pitches, especially in that last half inning. And now the leadoff hitter, A.J. Garcia. Garcia came in Hrustich. 1, 2, 3 hitters for Michigan, trying to get more than add to that single hit total and take the lead. Garcia will look at the first pitch outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, Garcia got a walk to start the 3rd. Or rather, 2 outs in the 3rd.
He'll take that pitch in the zone for strike 2 inside, so quickly falls behind 0-2. Gavin Jones still on the hill for Kent State. He check swing, he went around as Garcia, so a quick 3-pitch strikeout for Jones.
And that one in at 94, that fastball.
It's a good pitch there and a good first at-bat if you're Gavin Jones in this Kent State defense.
Yeah, Jones just dominated A.J. Garcia that at-bat right there. Blew those pitches by him. Jonathan Kim is probably ready for this fastball, having warmed up the on-deck circle.
Here's the first pitch to Kim. That's well outside for ball 1. Kim's 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a strikeout in his first start back since early March. Here's the 1-0. Grounded to second. Reese will snag it, flips it over to first. 2 quick outs for the Wolverines. Efficient pitching so far in this 5th inning as Steven Hrustich will step up with 2 outs and nobody on. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 well-contacted fly balls. He's going to send a drive to that one. That's going to be right off the brick wall. So a long single. He's going to round first pretty aggressively, and Kent State brought it back in the infield quickly, holding at first for a long single off the brick facade over in left field.
That's the thing about the brick monster.
Yeah, the brick monster.
It goes right back.
Well played by Orr, though.
Yeah, it was well played by Orr, and it could throw in there. You could tell Hrustich wanted to get second. Quickly stopped in his tracks and went back to first.
So runner on first with 2 outs. Colin Priest in the box. He's going to pop that one foul over towards Yost. So there'll be no balls and 1 strike. Hrustich at first with a deep single with 2 outs. Trying to manufacture two-out rally here, but that 0-1 pitch is taken in the zone for strike 2. So Colin Priest falls behind quickly 2-0. He walked and scored in his last at-bat. Also grounded out to the pitcher in his first one. He's going to loft this one high and shallow towards right field. Reese will range over, but that's going to go out of play into the Kent State bullpen. So Priest will have another chance here with 2 outs. Priest will reset as he was running the bases with that ball, potentially looking fair for a moment.
Yep.
Runner on first, 2 outs, no balls and 2 strikes to Colin Priest. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Jones. Waits and deals. Runner goes. The pitch is high and upstairs.
No one there to cover.
But Rustich steals the base. As you mentioned, no one was there. Defense was not prepped for the steal. Rustich gets his 5th stolen base of the year. And Michigan now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
See, that's good coaching right there. Rustich with only 4 stolen bags prior to that one. 2 outs. Probably not expecting him, and that was shown by the lack of coverage of second.
Now Colin Priest has a runner on second base. He's going to foul this one back.
Yeah, and I think that goes to both these coaching staffs. I mean, that was a good coaching call there. Get a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. A single likely scores Rustich. And then you talk about that bunting by Dernetti and then the bunting by Kent State earlier in the third.
It was
Just
good coaching on
yeah.
both sides. You're right. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Colin Priest goes down swinging. Gavin Jones, the 2nd strikeout of the inning. So Michigan will get 1 hit. Little strand of man at second base, and this game will remain tied at 2 as we head to the 6th inning here in Ann Arbor.
Rogers looking like he's going to stay on the mound. Yep, he will.
He's been pitching well for sure.
He has been pitching well, definitely.
So he will get back out there.
Life is a highway ringing through the speakers.
We talked about pregame. The great playlist by the
It really
whoever's
is.
controlling the
Good
sound.
playlist. It's diverse, got a lot of different genres in there.
Yep.
Yep. I love Michigan baseball's their playlist. They do a good job with it.
Yeah. And all the Michigan athletics.
Really,
do.
they all do.
Really.
Yeah, this entire program, and all the people behind the scenes who you don't see, all the SIDs.
Yep.
They do a fantastic job making sure these events are safe and enjoyable for all fans.
And a good crowd on here on hand. They filled up for sure. You can get a nice tan in with the sun really beating down on us. Got some fans heading to the shaded areas. That would be me. I can't sit in
You're
the sun.
a shade guy?
Can't sit in the sun too long.
Yeah.
Especially at ball games.
Yeah.
You get burnt that way.
Yeah. I mean, if you're living in Michigan, you don't see the sun for what, 5 months, and then all of a sudden,
Exactly. Then you're not ready for it.
Absolutely.
Payne Ebbing will be the leadoff hitter for Kent State here in this top of the 6th inning. The first pitch from Rogers is hit in the air towards right center. Rustich will under it. He'll make the play for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Nice, easy, routine play by Steven Rustich in right center field. Brings up Dom Kibler. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 groundouts. 1 to the pitcher and 1 to first base. Third baseman Caruso playing him in right at the edge of the infield dirt. First pitch is inside for ball 1.
And finally, we get some action in the Michigan bullpen. It's probably about time. Rogers has gone 3 innings.
He's pitched 5 innings as a season high against Ohio State 10 days ago, but already pitched 3 today. Here's the 1-0 in the zone for strike 1.
Pitching well, though.
He has been pitching well for sure.
When he's in command and he's got that fastball and that off speed, he's really dangerous on the mound.
And he's been effective so far today. He's got a 1-1 count to Dom Kibler. Here is the pitch. It's chopped foul over towards the Kent State dugout. So quickly, a 1-2 count to the freshman. Batting .227 on the year. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging ground ball towards Timbrook at second. He'll make a nice easy play over to first for the second out of the inning.
The second baseman, number 8, Lincoln Reese.
And Kibler did a good job waiting for that pitch. It was an off speed, but didn't get every piece of that ball with a simple ground out to second, but a good job on the timing.
And 2 quick, nice easy outs.
Yeah.
Timbrook played that one perfectly. And here's the first pitch to the number 9 hitter, Ripken Reese, and that ball is low for ball 1.
And I'd love to see the stats in that first pitch from Rogers. What percent is a fastball and what percent is off speed? Because he seems to be going in between both of those quite a bit, which makes it difficult for hitters.
He's mixing it up. Here's the 1-0. That could be skied in the air. That's going to hook foul and towards the Michigan bullpen.
Those tricycle people who are now exiting the bullpen have seen their fair share of foul balls. Are ready to leave.
That one nearly hit them too. They started scampering a little bit as it hit the concrete and bounced towards someone in the Michigan bullpen. Just didn't catch the number on who. Here's a 1-1. That's going to be grounded towards second. Timbrook with a nice play ranging to his left. Fires over to first. And a nice play by Mac Timbrook. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Golden Flashes. Really good defensive inning for Michigan, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and this game stays tied at 2 apiece.
I was right in front of the Kent State bullpen, too. Timbrook's old team making a nice play, one of the best defensive plays we've seen this afternoon, ranging to his left, picking that ball out of the dirt, firing it over to first. Good inning again from Will Rogers. We'll see if he starts the 7th. I doubt it, though.
I don't think so, too. Michigan has 2 players warming up.
Yeah.
We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It will be Longo, Caruso, and Timbrook. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up in this home 6th inning. With this game tied at 2. Kent State put up 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Michigan with 2 runs in the 4th inning to tie the game. Wolverines just with 2 hits, but we mentioned it. They've manufactured a couple of runs with taking advantage of the walks that they've drawn, a couple of hit by pitches, and some small ball to put runners on the board. Kent State with 6 hits, but they were held hitless in that inning for the first time since the 1st inning. Gavin Jones will stay on the mound for Kent State. He's had a good outing so far. Pitched 1 2/3 inning, giving up just 1 hit with 2 strikeouts. He'll face the middle part of the Michigan lineup.
There's Longo.
Longo's 1 for 1 today. He singled in his first at bat, and he got hit by the pitch in his last plate appearance and scored. So here's Jones's first pitch. He lofted in the air towards right field. Kibler is under it, will range forward a little bit, makes the play. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in this home 6th inning.
Got some quick outs here. Some innings have taken a while. Some have flown by.
Yeah, Michigan's been. We mentioned that they were aggressive early in the game and their at-bat swing on pitches early, and that's something they carried on through most of this ball game as Cole Caruso steps in the batter's box. First pitch to Caruso is low for ball 1. He also was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. He's got a 1-0 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-0. That's going to hit him again, right in the back. So Caruso getting a couple bruises today. But he'll reach base safely for the 2nd time with another hit by pitch.
Cole Caruso.
Yeah.
You like that one?
I like that a lot.
Yeah, Caruso wearing it today, as they say, as the kids say.
And brings up Mac Timbrook, who made a couple of nice defensive plays in the last half inning and now has a run on first and 1 out. You mentioned it, facing his former team.
Yeah, Timbrook wants a real hit. He got a sac fly last at bat. Uh-oh.
That pitch is low.
Got to be ready to bounce if you're Caruso at first.
Yep, that one left Brady Williams a bit, but Caruso did not advance to 2nd.
Williams was like kind of nonchalantly going after the ball once he dropped it. I wonder if he was trying to bait Caruso into going to 2nd.
It's possible. You're right. He did kind of either he noticed that Caruso wasn't going, or maybe he was baiting him. The 1-0 is in the zone for strike one to Mac Timbrook.
All right, Mac, 4 years at Kent State. It's the only game you play against them. Make it count here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Jones will fire over to first, trying to get Caruso to stay honest over there. So still 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the home 6th inning. Here's the pitch to Timbrook. That one's low for ball 2.
Love the patience from this kid at the plate. Normally be amped up to play your own team, try to swing at everything you can. Work in the count.
2 balls, 1 strike. Runner goes. That ball's going to be grounded foul towards first. Nice snare by the first base coach. So count even at 2. Possibly a hit and run called there, and Timbrook fouled it off. So count even at 2. Caruso will trot it back over to first base. We'll do it again.
Hit and run, not a bad idea in that situation with 1 strike. Now, probably not going to happen with 2 strikes.
Yeah, don't expect the call here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner holds at first. That pitch is grounded.
Oh.
Nice snare by Klotz, who will fire it over to Jackson. Back to Jones for a 3-4-1 double play.
Good. That's quick thinking.
To get out of the inning.
Yeah.
Nice play, though, by Klotz. Range, it was a 1-hopper right to him. The ball was to his right, and he kind of led him right over to second base, fired it over. And then Jackson flipped it right back to Jones, who covered the bag, and we'll go to the 7th inning. This game stays tied at 2 here in Ann Arbor. Thanks for tuning in to WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan baseball. It's been a fun one here. They got the helmet, the baseball shuffle on the screen. I'm trying to fix the scoreboard, so I want to pay attention, but I already lost it, so I don't know where it is.
And games like this feel weird, don't they? When you have the scoring concentrated in only 1 inning for each of the teams. So you've got, in this case, so far 5 innings of nothingness. Only a couple hits scattered throughout those innings. But in 2, it was for the 3rd inning for Kent State and the 4th inning for Michigan, where you have kind of a surge of 2 runs. Now, what team can put together another inning, or perhaps multiple inning stretches of runs? We'll see. Also, should have a pitching change here.
Looks like Kurt Barr is going to pitch, who we've seen pitching a lot of the Friday games for Michigan, as he's had a career year. He's really turned into Michigan's Friday starter for the Michigan Wolverines. He pitched 6 innings on Friday, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits. He's tied for the team lead with 62 innings pitched. And teams are batting just .209 against him on there. He's had a great year. St. Joachim, Ontario native, went to Liggett High School, or University Liggett School, as I should say.
Grosse Point. Played them a couple times. They're a good baseball team.
They're a good team. When I was in my freshman year here, I went to my alma mater, Cardinal Mooney. They were playing the Catholic League championship game against Liggett, and Kurt Barr was the starter.
Really? There you go.
He dominated that game, and there was a controversial play at home. We were called out. Cardinal Mooney was called out. We lost the game 2-1.
Oh.
And I actually had a clash with Kurt last 2 semesters ago.
Talk to him about it.
I had told him about it. I was at the game, and
you remember that play?
He said he thought it was safe. He thought it was a bad call too. I was like,
oh, there you go.
It doesn't make anyone feel any better.
Yeah.
But
So Cardinal Mooney getting robbed.
Cardinal Mooney got robbed in the Catholic League championship at Jimmy John's Field in Utica. But it's good seeing Kurt Barr having a really good year for these Wolverines. And
absolutely.
He'll face off the top of this Kent State order. It'll be Johnson, Orr, and Jackson.
Also had my experiences with Liggett as Barr steps off the mound. With the Green Hills, which I know we play Cardinal Mooney, your school, Peter. I can tell you that their facilities for baseball were very, very nice. And I don't remember Kurt Barr, but now we're all at Michigan. We're on the same team.
We're all on the same team.
You put it that way.
Tracy Smith's talking with the home plate umpire about something. Not sure what. Possibly, I don't know if there's another defensive substitution. I can't tell if there's any changes in the... Oh, it looks like Will Rogers is behind the plate now. So that's the switch. Rogers will go from pitching to catching. So Lightgib will leave the lineup. Will Rogers, the new catcher for Michigan, with Kurt Barr on the mound.
Otherwise, defense remains
Yeah, it
constant.
looks the same, so that's the one change. Nice little breeze of wind picking up here. As the umpire, Botek, trying to get things in order. And he's going to signal over to the substitutions. So now we'll get ready to go here, top half of the 7th inning. Josh Johnston to lead things off. The first pitch, off speed, low for ball 1. Caruso playing in at third, potentially watching a bunt from Johnston, who mentioned one of the top players in the country in terms of stolen bases. He got the speed. The 1-0 is going to be chopped towards third. That'll be foul.
Caruso doesn't want to make the throw that time.
Yeah, that would have been a tough one. He'd be showing off if he did there. That count even at 1-1. Johnston's 0 for 2 today. He did walk, but he struck out and flew out so far today. Average at 342 now. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Barr.
Oh, really nice.
Fouled off.
Really nice movement on that pitch there from Kurt Barr.
76 mile per hour on that one. So the count will go to 1-2. Barr checks for the pitch. Winds and deals. Swing and a miss.
Wow.
Got him on strikes. 78 mile per hour off speed.
Yep.
First strike out of the game for Kurt Barr.
Left fielder, number 33.
That'll be the first out in the inning. Bring up Tim Orr. He's 1 for 3 today with a ground out, fly out, and a single. First pitch from Barr is outside, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, 1 out, top of the 7th. Here's Barr's pitch, is chopped softly down the third base line, and it will roll foul. Barr and Caruso let it roll foul, and luckily for Michigan it did, or then that would have been an infield single.
Yep.
Instead, the count will be even at 1-1.
Good high IQ play there from the Michigan infielders. Got to leave that one.
Had the backspin on it that started fair, just rolled towards the line, and went foul, and then you pick it up right away, so don't give it a chance to roll back in fair territory, and that's exactly what they did.
Yep. That's the strategy.
So Orr will get back in the box, and after hustling down the line, 1 ball and 1 strike. Barr sets and deals. Inside, nearly hit him, or backing out of there. 2 balls, 1 strike. They can't need a transfer from Tiffin University, or he's going to line that one foul down the third baseline, forcing the third base coach to leap out of the way, and even the count at 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Go ahead.
I was going to say Michigan's done a good job against these top 2 hitters here.
That's going to be high pop-up or fly ball into left center field. It's going to be Garcia and Rustich, but Rustich will make the play. And that'll be 2 quick outs for Michigan.
Yeah, Johnson and Orr are now a combined 1 of 7, and these are 2 hitters that are well above 300, so Michigan doing a good job keeping both those guys at bay this afternoon.
And Michigan's held the top of the order. You mentioned it in check so far. Bring up the number 3 hitter, Kyle Jackson. That first pitch is in the zone for strike 1.
Big shifts for Michigan. Got 3 on the right side of second base and 1 on the left side. See what the approach for Jackson is here.
Here's the 0-1. Foul back right towards the net, into the netting. Jackson's 1 for 3 today with a single, ground out, and a pop-up. He extends his on-base streak to 32 consecutive games with the single he had in the 3rd inning. 32 games reaching base safely in a row.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Here's the 0-2, though. Ephus pitch might have just slipped out of Barr's hands. Wastes a pitch there, so I'll make the count 1-2. I think it just slipped out of
It
his
had
hand
to
or
have
something.
slipped.
I don't
There's no
think
way.
that was a planned eephus
There's
pitch.
no way anyone's swinging at that.
Count will go to 1-2. Here's the pitch. Hops into the dirt.
That was 65 miles an hour.
I didn't see the speed on the last one.
That was 46.
46 mile per hour. That one's 65. One hopped into
Not sure what
Will Rogers.
the approach is here for Curve Bar. We'll see what this one has in store.
2-2 pitch, 2 outs. Outside, count full.
So tried to throw off his timing a bit maybe, but the result is now the count is full.
So Jackson works the count full after falling behind 0-2. Bar retired the first 2 in order, trying to get another 1-2-3 inning. Here's a payoff pitch. Swing!
Oh, yeah.
And a miss. Got him for strike 3. Kurt Barr with 2 strikeouts in that top half of the 6th inning, or top of the 7th inning, I should say. And back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for the Wolverines. Game remains tied at 2 apiece as we head to the 7th inning stretch.
Michigan only 2 hits so far today.
Yeah, the offense has been struggling for sure.
But they scored when they had to, and they tied this game up, so just got to get 1 runner.
They're only hitting 2 of 18 today. 0 for 8 with runners on base and 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position are the Wolverines.
Oh, we have a nice lady at the front waving her Go Blue flag to the ball game. Got some guys with their arms around each other, rocking back and forth. A beautiful song. Beautiful song.
Yeah, stretching out here as we're approaching the 2-hour mark in this ball game. Quick ball game so far for sure. With the limited run score and some quick innings, especially these last 2.
The old ball game.
We'll have a new pitcher for Kent State. It's going to be Rocco Berardina, excuse me.
Now pitching for Kent State, number 27, Rocco Bernardina.
Rocco Bernardina, the Newcastle, PA native. He pitched on Friday in his last appearance, 3 innings in relief, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits with 2 strikeouts. And he'll face the bottom half of the Michigan order. It'll be Dernetti.
This song just reminds me of like a sunny day.
Yeah,
the YMCA song.
And it is a beautiful sunny day today.
Some of you folks listening, if you're around during when did the song come out, 80s, 90s?
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
do we look? You want to look it up? When did
I'll look it up.
When did YMCA song come out? 78.
78.
October 1978.
Yeah, I imagine there's some sunny days in the 80s. This song's playing. For some reason it reminds me of elementary school. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's got good energy to it.
It does have good energy. It's been good energy out here today as the sun slowly starts to set. And Kyle Dernetti will be the leadoff hitter for Michigan. It'll be Dernetti and then Will Rogers and then A.J. Garcia. Dernetti's 0 for 1 today with a... That ball's going to go foul into the Kent State dugout.
Let's see that early game aggressiveness at the plate that we saw earlier on from Michigan. Here.
Yep.
Just here in the later innings.
Here's the 0-1. Taken in the zone for strike 2. Good 82 mile per hour off speed pitch.
Yeah, it was good. Graced the outside corner there.
From Rocco Bernardina. Dernetti's reached twice, but is 0 for 1. Hit by pitch and reached on an error, and he'll take that pitch in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the leadoff hitter, Kyle Dernetti. Bernardina deals the 1-2. High fly ball, center field. Charging in on it is Johnson. He'll lose his hat, but he'll make the play for the first out.
Nice play there by Johnson. Coming in on that fly ball.
You're seeing a lot of high, towering fly balls. This one was in shallow center field, and Johnson charged it and made a good play, losing his hat in the process. And now Will Rogers will make his first at-bat of the game. Came into pitch, was replaced by Barr, now has entered the lineup. He'll ground that first one for a base hit down between McNamara and Jackson on the left side. So 1 out single for Will Rogers. We'll turn the lineup over to A.J. Garcia, Michigan's 3rd hit of the game. We'll see if they can make something out of it.
Big at bat here for A.J. Got 1 down.
Garcia's 0 for 2 today. A walk and strikeout and a flyout. First pitch is low for ball 1.
Good eye there. Every pitch counts.
One ball, no strikes, 1 out. First base is occupied by Will Rogers. Here's a 1-0.
Nice.
Lofted in the air towards right center field. Johnson will range over, make the play. Quick
Rogers.
out. Rogers was running towards
Oh,
first, and he's going to
no.
get doubled up.
He totally thought that was a gapper for sure.
Rogers thought that was going to land in the gap, but it stayed in the air enough for Johnson to range over. Then the 8-3 double play will end the inning. And that's a tough way to end it after getting the 1 out single.
Way too far down that line was Will Rogers.
He was close to second base by the time he turned around, hustled back before realizing that it was caught.
Yeah. It's
and
probably
doubled up at first.
It's probably 3/4 of the way down that line. Normally taught to be about 2/3, 1/2. Ball wasn't terribly deep. It was hit well, but it wasn't terribly deep.
It was on a bit of a line, but
It looked like
also
he curved to the center at the end.
a little bit. I saw a couple of those in batting practice where they've been hooking a little bit, even though the wind's blowing towards left.
Yeah.
And that one went towards right center.
Yeah, absolutely.
Either way, though, this game will stay 2-2 as we go to the 8th inning. Kurt Barr's night is done. He'll just pitch the 1 inning, and Chase Allen will come in for Michigan to pitch. He started the game Saturday. He pitched 5 2/3 innings, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned, on 7 hits. And he earned the win when these two teams faced last year in Ann Arbor. This is just the 4th all-time meeting between Michigan and Kent State. Michigan's won the first 3 contests between the two, including last year here in Ann Arbor, and Chase Allen pitched 2 innings of relief in that game, gave up 2 runs on 2 hits, but earned the win. We'll see if he can do that again today for Michigan. It'll be Williams, Klotz, and McNamara due up for Kent State here in the top of the 8th inning. As Allen gets his final warm-up pitches in.
Also got some action in the bullpen, just in case things don't go to plan.
We have 2 pitchers pitching in the bullpen
One of
on
them's-
both sides. Kent State as well warming up a couple pitchers.
Wyatt Novara, freshman lefty in the bullpen for Michigan.
So Allen facing Brody Williams for his first batter. That pitch is inside, nearly hit him for
Yeah.
ball 1.
Big gap between second and short. Got Dernetti playing a little closer to third than normal.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there's a hole if Williams can capitalize on it. Here's the 1-0. That's skips into the Will Rogers glove. 2 balls, no strikes. Williams singled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3 today. He's ahead 0-2. Here's the pitch. In the zone, strike 1.
Nice. Needed that there for Chase.
2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. 2-2 game. That pitch inside. 3-1. Brody Williams has worked the hitter-friendly count. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Here's a pitch. Inside, ball 4. So Kent State finally gets a runner on. They were held 1-2-3 the last 2 innings, but they get the leadoff runner on with the walk. And Hunter Klotz will come on with a runner on first.
Got to be careful here with the runner on and no outs.
Klotz, that's double and a single today to go along with a walk. He's 2 for 2 today. He's had himself a good day today. Halfway to the cycle, if anyone's counting.
Yep.
He'll show bunt. He'll lay it down. It's going to go foul. So Kent State trying to advance the runner on Williams to second base.
Now, we have praised the coaching today. Not sure I like that call. Klotz, like you said, 2 for 2. Let him swing the bat, I think. If he's hot and you got a runner on with no outs, let him swing the bat.
We'll see if he does here. No balls and 1 strike. Williams at first. He will show bunt. He will get it down. Nice play by Caruso, who fired over to second, gets the out.
So runner,
the relay goes out of play. So Klotz will, I believe you're right, get second base. But Michigan does get 1 out. Nice job by Caruso charging the bunt, snared it quickly and fired it over to second base to get the lead runner.
Yeah, so I guess it's the same result, right? As if just instead of
Williams, it's Klotz at second base.
Yeah.
And with the 1 out, that'll be Michigan's second error of the game.
I still think you let Klotz swing the bat there. And that was not that good of a bunt.
It was not a great bunt. They had a chance to double him up if the throw was on target.
Yep.
That'll be Michael McNamara. He's 0 for 2 today, but he's got a runner in scoring position.
Also, we talked about that Michigan fielding percentage earlier being very high. They made 2 errors today, both in the infield. Both from bunts, actually. So Michigan, against the bunt, has struggled defensively today.
We'll see if that costs them. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on second base. Check swing.
Had to have gone there.
He does, says first base umpire Mullick. So even the count at 1 apiece with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Game tied at 2 with the runner on second base. Kent State is 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. The 1-1 grounded towards third, foul. So McNamara falls behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ebbing on deck. Kibler in the hole. 1 out here. Looks like we're having a defensive switching around in the outfield.
Yep. Interesting.
So like I believe Rustich moved from left to right field, or from right to left field. Kim slides over to center, and Garcia is now in right, I believe.
That has to be due to arm power.
Here's the 1-2. It's going to be grounded towards short. Charging is Dernetti. He'll take a couple steps, fires it over to first, and now get the second out. Runner does advance to third.
Yeah, so I think that outfield switch was probably due to arm strength. That hitter, McNamara, his spray chart says he favors either left field or wherever they sent the hardest thrower, and now they're going back.
Now, I believe it was just Kim and Rustich that swapped places. They're going to swap back.
So I'm assuming Rustich has the better arm, and McNamara probably hits to left. That'd be my guess.
So now Rustich will be back in right field.
Yep.
Kim in left. Garcia stays at center field. Runner at third is Klotz. Ebbing is in the batter's box with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Go-ahead run 90 feet away. First pitch checked and went around, calls the home plate umpire for strike 1.
Yeah, so, again, Chase Allen let off that leadoff walk, right, with no outs, now working back nicely. Still got work to do, but with 2 outs, entire focus has got to be the batter.
Yeah, can't think about the runner at third. He's going to score if you get a single. We just got to get the out here. 0-1. It sneaks through Rogers, and the run's going to score from third. And Kent State's going to take the lead on a passed ball through the legs of Will Rogers.
So 2 errors have turned into runs for Michigan defensively. And we praise them for being an excellent defensive team, and they are. But every team has their moments. Not everybody's perfect, and Michigan's errors are coming back to bite them hard.
And that's going to be an unearned run to Chase Allen, I believe, as Klotz reached base on as that one's fouled off towards Ferry Field. But Klotz reached on the bunt that was thrown into thrown out of play,
Yep.
so he got advanced to second, moved over to third on the ground ball, and then scored on the pass ball. So it should be an unearned run.
Yeah.
So Michigan now trails once again 3-2. Payne Ebbing hitting now 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Here's a pitch in the dirt. This time blocked by Rogers. Even the count at 2.
So Michigan's got work to do at the plate. They got 2 chances to do it. Got to get out of this inning first.
We'll have the top of the order coming up. It'll be Kim, Hrustich, and Allen. Allen will not be due up. He'll swing and a ground ball foul. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs and the base is empty.
And even on foul ball grounders, Crusoe is fun to watch. Just nonchalantly scoops that one up with the backhand.
Yeah, flipped it over into the dugout.
Yeah.
Another 2-2 count for Chase Allen. Here's the pitch. Fly ball deep towards left field, back towards the wall. It's going to hit off the wall on a line. Kim misplayed it a bit, and that's going to be an easy sliding double for Patrick Ebbing. And Kent State with 2 outs will keep this inning going with a double on the line.
Left field is tough to play with that brick wall. It's really hard to judge balls that come off of it.
So it'll be a 2-out double for Ebbing. We'll bring up Dom Kibler, who's 0 for 3 today with 3 groundouts. Michigan trying to avoid adding any extra work to do defensively or offensively, and Rogers is going to call time and go to mound visit, and we'll have a meeting on the pitcher's mound. Yeah, we mentioned the defense. Kent State has manufactured their runs with some small ball taking advantage of different things in terms like errors and to get the runners on. We'll have a pitching change now as Chase Allen's night is done.
I'm getting some info here from Alex Miller, who is tuned into our broadcast.
Well, hey, how are we, Alex?
Alex, hope we're doing well, man. So Alex is telling me, going back to the play where they switched, that Kim probably has the stronger arm, and so the spray chart might have pointed to right field for McNamara, that batter. But still,
either way, it's you don't see it too often.
No,
where
you
they
don't.
switch.
And I'd be curious. I mean, that has to be the reason, right? Like, what?
I would. This is the only reason.
Right. I mean, and then
So
they
good
switch
call.
back
Good
right
call
after.
by Alex there.
Yeah. So thank you, Alex, for that. Appreciate it. Shout out to the executive director for this upcoming year and currently.
I'm excited for what he and Owen are going to do for this great station next year. Once we're gone and retired into greener pastures.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully greener pastures to the retirement home.
Don't worry, Alex. We'll be coming back. We'll be visiting some meetings or something.
We'll have to stop in. And for you, possibly your last broadcast. Who knows? You'll probably pick up a game here in May or something. If you get the opportunity to.
Try to grab any that I can at this point. Fortunate enough to do the spring game a couple weekends ago. Great to get back into the big house. Peter, I know you've got a couple more coming up.
I got softball Sunday, and then I got the Purdue opener, which is going to be a huge series with Purdue leading the Big Ten for baseball. I should emphasize that's going to be a huge series, and then the home finale against the Akron Zips. So another another MAC Ohio team. That'll be the Michigan's home finale in a couple weeks from now before these Wolverines end the season in Bloomington. They got East Lansing this weekend as the season winds down before Big Ten play in Omaha, right around the corner. Michigan playing some good baseball now, just at the right time. The new pitcher is going to be Wyatt Novara, as Chase Allen's day is done. Pitched 2/3 of an inning, gave up the 1 unearned run. He's responsible for the runner on second, which is Ebbing. 2 outs here in the top half of the 8th. Kent State has a 3-2 lead. Here's the first pitch from the lefty.
Ooh, yeah.
In the zone for strike 1.
Look at two-seamer, kind of tailed at the end of it. 88 miles an hour for the freshman. It's a freshie out there throwing 88.
The southpaw from Dexter, Michigan.
Oh, Dexter right down the road.
Not too far from here. This pitch is going to be lofted towards left center field. Ranging back is Kim at the warning track, and he'll make the play.
Big catch there.
3rd out of the inning, so Kent State will score once and retake the lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-2 Golden Flashes. You're listening live to WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan baseball, live from Ray Fisher Stadium at the Wilpon Complex here in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
The Dexter kid. Oh, a couple of kids from Dexter right down the road.
Not too far from here.
It's 10 miles or so.
It's close.
Very close. I've driven there. Very, very nice drive. Dexter's a great town. Oh, they got great apple cider in the fall. They got
Do
some
they?
donuts
I've never
as well.
gone to the apple cider down here. I've gone up closer to Port Huron, close to my hometown.
Nice.
Blake's Apple Orchard.
Okay.
On like Armada, I believe Armada or Memphis, that area. And for those of you Michiganders.
Yeah. Love our state.
Yep.
And those apple orchards are nice in the fall.
They're nice. You get the donuts are the best.
Oh, the donuts are great.
I'm not a big apple cider fan, but
Yeah.
you will find me eating a glazed donut.
Oh, yeah.
Or sugar, whatever they are, at any time.
If you got glazed donuts, you better lock your doors or Peter Nasr can find you. So we got a new pitcher as well for Kent State. No, Jaden Varner.
Jaden Varner will be pitching for the Golden Flashes, the Wooster, Ohio native. He pitched on Saturday 2 perfect innings in relief. And he also appeared against these Wolverines last year. He pitched an inning of scoreless relief here in Ann Arbor last year, so trying to replicate that is Jaden Varner. He'll go up against Kim Hrustich and Navarro. We'll see if Michigan makes a replacement with the pitcher due up 4th. We'll see if Michigan goes into their bench for that. I assume they will. But we'll wait on who that is until when we get there. But for now, Michigan trails by 1. Gave up the lead that they, after this game was tied in the 4th inning, and trying to maintain their winning streak that they have. Michigan's won 4 in a row. They've won 6 consecutive series. They're 14-7 at home, trying to improve that home record. Both Michigan baseball and softball have been doing well at home. Softball is still undefeated at home, which is an impressive feat in itself. So we'll have a pinch hitter for Michigan, pitching for Jonathan Kim.
Could be Dylan Stanton here.
Dylan Stanton is going to come in. Sandbag 245 on the year. So his 95th plate appearance of the season. Got 1 home run on the year and trying to get this inning started positively for the Wolverines. Here's the first pitch inside, low for ball 1.
It's tough as a pinch hitter to be put in a situation like this. You've been sitting down all game. I guess in Michigan case is standing up. They do stand in the dugout, so props for them for that. But throw in there immediately.
Especially in this pivotal moment. Here's 1-0. Bounces in.
Good eye. Once you see a couple, you start to get into it, start to get your tempo back.
Mm-hmm. The Michigan going with Stanton to keep the righty on left, or the lefty on righty matchup with Kim the lefty out. Stanton now win against the lefty Varner. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch.
Good eye.
Outside.
Really good eye.
Good eye indeed. Count goes 3-0.
Watch that thing all the way through. Didn't tail enough to come back into the strike zone, and Stanton saw it.
So Stanton up 3-0. We'll see if he gets the green light to swing. Fearless watch this one go. He will watch it, catch the zone as he was getting ready to fling the bat over towards the bench. That looked a little inside, but home plate umpire Botek will fling his arm to the right to call the strike, so it's 3-1.
Oh.
And he just gave a warning to the Michigan bench as someone in the bench said something that I will not repeat on air.
Don't repeat that. I'm sure you guys heard it.
I don't know if it, I wonder if
interesting, man. I mean, that was intense. Like, I don't know. It's 3-1.
They're
like, I
not
feel like
happy
you
with
just
that
keep going
call.
with it. Like, that probably wasn't a strike, but like it's 3-1. Like, come on.
I think overall he's had a really good game behind the plate.
But
He has. That one might have been a low inside, and the Michigan bench is going to let him hear about it. But the count will go 3-1 to Stanton, the leadoff hitter here in the home 8th inning. Here's the 3-1. Grounded foul, and the count is full.
Yeah. Going back to that call, I think it shows that the strike zone moves depending on the handedness of the batter. So with lefties, that's a ball on that outside edge.
And he's been calling that a ball all day long.
Right. But with a righty in there, I don't know. Changes the zone a bit.
Here's a full count pitch. That one is definitely outside.
Okay.
Stan will fling his bat over to towards the bench. The bench very happy about it. And the leadoff hitter is on with the leadoff walk.
Did he swing the bat? I don't think he swung the bat once. Oh, he fouled it
He
off.
fouled the
Yeah.
3-1 off. Yeah, he went up 3-0 on the count. They had the one strike that was potentially questionable. And Jack Council will pinch run for Stan. So Stan does his job, gets on, swings the bat once, walks, and we're going to have a pitching change. So this coaching battle continues.
Some good quality coaching from both these
It has
squads
been. So
today.
James Varner will he'll pitch 0+ innings with a walk. He's responsible for the runner on first. We'll see who the new pitcher is for Kent State. And it'll be Steven Hrustich hitting for Michigan with the tying run at first. And he represents the go-ahead run with the team high 10 home runs on the year is Hrustich.
Big time here. Every pitch counts. Now you've got no outs, 1 on. Council's fast out there at first. Be aggressive, but also, if it's a ball, let it go. You know, walks are equally as good. Just keep this inning going, keep this inning alive. Got to make up one run.
And we've seen both teams utilize the small ball to manufacture runs today.
Definitely with the bunting, for
with
sure.
the bunting, we saw Michigan score on the sacrifice fly.
Yep.
Like only 10 combined hits,
100%.
3 of them by Michigan, along with 2 errors. But the way that both teams have manufactured their runs today
Yes.
has been good to see in that regard. And with the 0 outs, you could work to do that. Obviously, with Hrustich, you'd like to get him a nice quality at bat and not like have him lay down a bunt or something. But
100%. Absolutely, yeah. It's a very strategic offensive approach for two teams that aren't really dominating the other, hitting the ball. I know Kent State had that one inning where they had the bases loaded, but it's been a lot of walks, a lot of sac flies, a lot of bunts to get guys over. Some errors have helped both teams out.
yeah,
But it's been good. It's been a fun coaching battle to watch.
especially for a midweek game.
For sure, 100%.
These teams are competing. A lot on the line here. Kent State will host Miami of Ohio on Friday through Sunday in an important MAC series. And then we mentioned that Michigan will head to East Lansing to take on in-state rival Spartans in a Big Ten series that's proven pretty pivotal with the Big Ten shaping out the way it is. Michigan's right in the upper echelon right now. And with Purdue coming here next week, the current Big Ten leaders, Michigan's right there for all that seeding come Omaha. It's important, and obviously winning these games don't mean anything in that regard, but they're still big in the form of momentum.
And look who's got their helmet on. Got Mitch Voigt over there from Michigan, I believe. Should be on deck.
Yeah, as of now, Navarra is on deck, but we assume that the pinch hitter will be coming, and it is Mitch Voigt in the on-deck circle. Pitching for Kent State is Caden Leonard. He came in relief on Sunday. He pitched 2/3 of an inning, and he escaped a bases-loaded jam. Another pivotal moment in this game. He'll face Steven Hrustich with a runner on first. The first pitch, check swing. Outside for ball 1. No appeal to first base. Hrustich is 1 for 3 today with a single in his last plate appearance. Here's the 1-0. Off speed in the zone for strike 1.
So that inside edge against righties.
He's giving it to them.
He is
home
giving
plate
it to
umpire Botek is.
Yeah.
That one I think caught plate.
Yeah, that one was a little closer.
1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Kent State up by 1. That one's well outside. 2-1.
Got away from him. Hrustich confident up there. Good eyes from this kid.
He averaged at 301 on the year. Leonard looks in. And here comes, he's going to throw it over first, actually, holding Council, the pinch runner, at first. Council does not have any stolen bases or attempts on the year. Two balls, 1 strike. Leonard checks over at first and now looks in on the hitter. Fires the 2-1. That's well outside. 3-1. Held. Nice job by Williams sliding over to keep that in front.
Yeah, like being a pinch hitter, getting thrusted in there as a pinch runner can be a little daunting, especially when you've been in the dugout all game.
Yeah, we see Michigan make one base running error on the fly out that turned into a double play. Cannot lose him on the base pass. Here's a 3-1 in the zone.
I mean, that was a strike.
As Rustich trying to draw the walk there.
So these college players love doing that. They love preemptively tossing that bat.
He took a couple steps too.
He did.
Stanton didn't even do that on the last
Stanton
time.
just kind of turned a little bit.
Count full though, 3-2. Here the runner goes. That pitch is low and outside for ball 4. Right. So back-to-back walks.
There we go.
Here in this home 8th inning, we'll bring Mitch Voigt into the batter's box for his first at-bat of the game as a pinch hitter.
I don't think so, actually.
Oh, never mind.
So Voigt might be on deck now.
I guess Voigt, he was.
He was on deck, but it looks like
he's in the.
This is Cooper Mullins.
Cooper Mullins is going to hit instead, so they're going to give the freshman this opportunity. The Eugene, Oregon native. Voigt was definitely warm. He was definitely in the on deck at one point.
Certainly was.
And the coaching staff decided to make the change and give Cooper Mullins the crucial at bat. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. Cooper Mullins is showing bunt, and he will drop it down.
Ooh.
Foul. Maybe that's why they made the switch. They want Cooper Mullins to drop the bunt down and move over the runners. This is a smart play. Klotz was charging heavily on that bunt from first base. Yeah. We'll see. McNamara is on the edge of the turf. Both corner infielders are on the edge. We'll see how aggressively they charge here. No balls, 1 strike. Mullins shows bunt. Klotz, the first baseman, charging. The bunt is over to third. It's going to be snared by McNamara, who fires over to first to get the out, but the job is done.
Yep.
Runners advance to second and third. And just 1 out here. Bring up Joe Longo. Great bump by Mullins, though.
Yeah, did his job, and Michigan fandom and Michigan dugout giving him the praise that he deserves for it. Cooper Mullins, 5'7", 155, standing in there like a boss, hitting that bunt.
Perfect bunt down the third base line.
Absolutely.
Nice play by McNamara, though. And
was a nice play.
To get the out. We'll see how aggressive they are towards Joe Longo with the free base open. 1 out, second and third loaded. It's Rustich at second, Council at third.
Come on, Joe.
Michigan trails by 1. Swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch first for the strike 1.
Tell Longo wants it. And that off-speed came, and he was like, oh, right out in front.
Longo's 1 for 2 today. He reached on a single and a hit by pitch, and he flew out in his last at-bat. A flyout could bring in the tying run, however, here. Here's the 0-1. Grounded towards third, just foul down the third base line. Quickly behind the count, 0-2.
Here we go, though, right? I mean, we've had so many innings of 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and now...
And now it's a crucial opportunity, the biggest chance of the game for Michigan. The Wolverines are 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position today. Just 3 for 21 total. They only had the 3 hits. 2 runners on from 2 walks, advancing to second and third on the bunt from Mullins. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove for strike 3. Longo goes down on strikes, and we have 2 outs here with Cole Caruso coming to bat and a chance to give the Wolverines the lead, or at the very least tie it up.
Now obviously you
Not
got 2
before
outs.
It looks like we're going to have a lefty coming in from the Kent State bullpen. So Leonard's day is done. We'll go another bullpen. Leonard pitches 2/3 of an inning with a strikeout and a walk, and we'll see who the new pitcher is for Kent State. Potential 4-out save opportunity for the Golden Flashes. We'll see who the new pitcher is as we weighing the number. My eyesight's not that good. I believe that's 35. That's not 35. He was just pitching. So we'll wait on who it is. Either way, thanks for tuning in. You're listening to WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan baseball. The Wolverines trail 3-2 here in the bottom of the 8th, live from Ray Fisher Stadium here in Ann Arbor. But Michigan has runners on second and third with 2 outs, and their best chance of this game to try and get back in front. No, it's close. And it's not 35, it's 36. Peyton Carrico is the pitcher for Kent State. The Marietta, Georgia native. He earned the win in Kent State's win against Bowling Green on Friday. He came in relief, pitched 2 2/3 innings. He just gave up a hit, no runs. He also appeared when these two teams faced last year here in Ann Arbor, a Michigan 7-5 win. And he pitched a 1 1/3 scoreless relief. He'll look to do that here again today. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Cole Caruso at the plate for Michigan. He's reached twice on 2 hit by pitches. He's also grounded out in his first at bat. Base is open. First base is open. Second is occupied by Hrustich. Third base occupied by Council. Michigan trails 3-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The lefty Carrico winds and deals. First pitch grounded towards third, snared by McNamara, who will set his feet, throws it over to first base. Carrico, 1 pitch, gets out of the inning and escapes the jam. No damage done. We will go to the 9th inning, and Michigan will remain trailed 2-1. McNamara, nice ground ball. Easy play over to first. The 5-3 putout ends the inning.
Oh, man. Good opportunity there for Michigan, unable to score. You got one more, though. One more opportunity. Think about that bunt, that pinch hit bunt. Who was that came in for Michigan? That was Mullins came in on the bunt. Look back on that. He's sacrificing out to move up the runners. Do you keep who was originally in there? It's in hindsight, obviously. You do hindsight's 2020, but I thought it was the right call.
I do too.
With
1 out, you have 2 chances.
Yeah.
Just good pitching by Kent State to get out of the jam with the strikeout and the ground out. Michigan will have Timbrook, Dernetti, and Rogers due up in the home 9th inning. Jacob Denner is a very reliable bullpen arm for Michigan. Will pitch the road 9th. He earned 2 saves and a win over the weekend in 3 appearances. He's pitched in, this will be his 7th of the last 8 games for Michigan where Denner has appeared on the mound. He's pitched 12 innings and has struck out 13. He's been on recently. And with this appearance for Denner, he will tie John Arvai for 3rd all-time in Michigan history for most career appearances.
Wow, how about that?
He's 10th all-time in innings pitched, trailing Brandon Sinnerney by 2 2/3, so he won't pass him today, barring extra innings. But Denner will be charged with pitching the road 9th, trailing 3-2, trying to keep this game a 3-2 game. It's going to be Ripken Reese, the number 9 hitter, to lead off. It'll be Reese, Johnson, and Orr. 9-1-2 for Kent State. They lead 3-2. Here's the first pitch from Denner. It's going to be grounded towards first. Play made by Longo, who will flip over to Denner, who tags the bait, tags the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 9th.
Good flip. Good cover there by Denner. That's how you do it.
And here comes Josh Johnson. We mentioned it earlier. He's been held in check today. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. But Kent State's leading hitter, batting .340 on the year. Your Michigan just want to keep it that way with the 0 for. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Here's Denner's first pitch, low for ball 1.
Good eye.
One ball, no strikes. Here's the lefty's pitch. Check swing in the zone anyway for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Top of the 9th. Denner's 1-1 is fouled off towards the parking lot.
Experience versus experience here, Denner versus Johnson. So 2 quality baseball players.
The fifth-year senior, Jacob Denner, the southpaw. Ahead 1-2 against Josh Johnson, the fellow senior. Here's the 1-2.
Oh.
Line towards center field. Charging in is Garcia, but he will not get there. He'll be drop in for a base hit.
There's Johnson that we know.
So Josh Johnson gets on with a one-out single, his first hit of the game, his second time on base. And they'll bring up Tim Orr with a runner on first and just one out.
Double play opportunity here. Johnson's due up for a hit there.
Yeah, we said the nation's leading double play team.
No.
They turned their 50th of the season earlier in this game, and they do it here. Then they can do it here to end the inning. Or at home, or in the box. Johnson at first. Off-speed pitch is lined down the line. That's fair into the corner in right field. Johnson rounding third. They're going to send him home. Russ just brings it in. The cutoff man fires. Have played not in time. A one-out double from Tim Orr extends this Kent State lead. It's now 4-2.
Oh, Johnson ran those base paths hard. And that was a close play at the plate. Johnson beat it, but not even an attempted tag. And all of a sudden, Kent State back up 2.
Tim Orr with a double. Makes it 4-2 now in favor of Michigan. That's Kent State's 9th hit of the game. These Golden Flashes looking at their first ever win against the Wolverines. Denner went off the mound for a moment, but he'll step up. Not sure what's going on there.
Yeah, there's something happening.
Looks like they're going to possibly appealing. If they're going to review possibly a missed base.
Uh-oh.
I believe.
Let's
That's my guess.
He had to throw a pitch there. That was interesting.
I don't know which base they're going to. So the umpires will trot over out of play.
Third base. Possibly.
We'll
Johnson
see.
might have missed it.
We'll see. This could be crucial. I hope they show a replay because we do not have replay.
So what's the call on that if it's a missed base? Is that now?
He would be out at third.
Interesting.
And the run would not score. You know, they appealed. He stepped off the mound and appealed it towards home. So I don't think there's any way he missed home because he slid in.
No, he hit home for sure. So
Unless-
it's got to be third.
Unless the appeal rules are different in college baseball where they don't have to throw it towards a bag that the player missed, unless they're reviewing something different.
Or
that's also
did he
possible
throw it
too.
home to tag home plate? Remember when Denner just threw it home?
Uh-huh.
Or I don't know what he was doing there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen that because Will Rogers didn't even touch home plate, so I'm not even sure. We'll see. The umpires are reviewing it. We wish we had monitors to tell you what they're looking at.
Cheat off of BTN's thing here. They don't have anything though.
Yeah.
We'll stick to our memory.
So we'll see what the call is. As of now, Orr is at second after doubling down the right field line. And as of now, it is 4-2 Kent State with the RBI double. The umps are taking a look at this call, and we'll see what will be the outcome. This could be a potential big call here. Thanks for tuning in here. WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan baseball. We're in the top of the 9th inning here in Ann Arbor. Wolverines trail as of now by 2. Here's a replay of the thing. We'll see if we can see anything from this replay. Are they looking if Orr missed first? Possibly. They might be looking at first base if Orr missed first as he was rounding to second. Looks like the umps have finished looking at what they want to look at. We'll see what the call is. Umpires will trot out. Here it comes. We'll wait on the call. They're going to point, and safe is the call. So it looks like everyone touched everything went accordingly. So the run does score. RBI double for Tim Orr. We'll extend the lead to 4-2. Runner on second with one out. Kyle Jackson will pop that one.
It won't be playable.
They're charging over as we in the Michigan bullpen. Make the count 0-1 now. To Kyle Jackson. Jackson's 1 for 4 today with a single in the 3rd inning. He's also popped out, grounded out, and struck out here today.
Here for the cycle of outs almost.
Almost a cycle of outs. What else do they need?
He's got a line out.
A line out needed. Here's the 0-1. Low for ball 1.
I guess you can consider that the cycle, right?
We need strikeout,
Pop out.
pop, fly out.
I mean, the ball hits the ground. The ball doesn't hit the ground, and then you don't hit the ball.
Yeah. Well, that's 3. You need 4 for a cycle.
That's true.
We'll have to think about that. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's a pitch. Check swing in the zone for strike 2.
And he wasn't. I mean, that was an outside pitch, right?
It was
an
an
outside corner against a lefty.
And
Bodek didn't call that one.
he called
Or
it
he
there,
did call
though.
that one.
So runner on second, 1 out. Counted 1 ball and 2 strikes. Denner deals.
Oh,
Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch.
Really nice movement. I know those analytics guys over there seeing that. Going from right to left against the lefty. It was beautiful.
Great pitch. Sets down Jackson on strikes for a second punch out of the game. We'll bring up the catcher, Brody Williams, who's 1 for 3 today. A line out, a fly out, a single, and a walk for the catcher. Runner on second base, 2 outs. Michigan trying to limit the damage to just the 1 run. That pitch is outside for ball 1.
It's a good pitch. Just missed the outside edge against Williams, the right-handed batter.
A good eye there by Williams, laying off on that outside pitch. Count goes to 1-0.
Oh,
Count well outside.
it's a good stop there, too, by Rogers behind the plate. Got a runner on.
Yeah, obviously, he's going to think about the pass ball that he had that brought in the go-ahead run.
Yep. Michigan's had a lot of errors, though, today. They've had 2.
2 errors plus the passed ball.
Yep.
Here's a 2-0. That one catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that pitch is. It might be a slider.
Possibly the
But
lefty slider.
Yeah, it's a nice pitch right there.
Backdoor slider catching the outside part of the plate.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2. That one's a fastball. It's going to be chopped to first. Longo will field it, touches the back himself, and now will be the 3rd out of the inning.
Longo again making a play at first.
Yep, I believe that's his 3rd or 4th put out unassisted at first base. Kent State will score once on the RBI double from Tim Orr to extend the lead. They've scored a run these last 2 innings. It's 4-2. Golden Flashes will go to the home half of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Wolverines to try and take this midweek game. It'll be Timbrook, Dernetti, and Rogers. 7, 8, 9 hitters. The bottom of the order due up. And Peyton Carrico will stay on the mound looking for the 4-out save for Kent State.
Yeah, I mean, it's do or die here for Michigan. Down 2, bottom 9. It's what you live for.
And they've had some opportunities recently, just haven't been able to bring runners in.
No.
A couple of double plays that have hurt.
Credit to Michigan's pitching and their defense, really. I mean, 4 runs and 9 hits with 2 errors. It's not that bad.
Yeah, giving up just the 4 runs.
Yeah, I know I think they left the bases loaded, Michigan, or Kent State did in one of those innings.
Michigan had a bases loaded, but they grounded a double play earlier in this game. Just the 2 runs on the board after putting up a lot of runs against Long Beach State over the weekend. But still 3 outs to go. We've seen them put up runs in bunches. A 10-run 8th inning on Friday's game. When that game was tied, they've had comeback wins on multiple occasions over the weekend, and they'll need to do another one here as they've not led at all today. Mac Timbrook will lead off for Michigan. He's 0 for 3 today. Lefty on lefty, Carrico deals. Low for ball 1.
Timbrook, big spot here against his former team. We keep saying that.
And we've emphasized that a lot.
Yeah.
This is a prime opportunity. 1-0 swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1.
Timbrook responsible for one of the Michigan runs via a sac fly.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 today because of that sac fly. I apologize. So count was even 1-1, no outs here. Swung on, missed, and bat goes flying towards the Kent State bench. And the Kent State bench is going to let him hear about it.
He's got to walk right by that bench and pick up that bat.
Going to chalk up his hands a little bit, chalk up the bat a little more as he lost control of the bat, flinging it backwards towards the Golden Flashes bench, excuse me. And now he falls behind 1-2 in the count. Bat chalked up. Timbrook will re-enter the left-handed batter's box. There's a nice cheer from this crowd trying to fight him on here. No outs here in the bottom of the ninth. The last chance for the Wolverines, trailing by 2. Carrico's 1-2 pitch. He sets and deals. Swing and a miss. Got him with the fastball, or off speed, I believe, 82 miles an hour. Probably change up or something there. And now Kyle Dernetti will come on with 1 out here in the home ninth. Dernetti's reached twice on a hit by pitch and an error. He flew out in his last at bat. He's 0 for 2 today. First pitch is grounded towards third base hit.
There it is, Dernetti.
Dernetti with a 1 out single. He's going to round first sharply. Tim Orr will bring it in quickly. So 1 out single for Kyle Dernetti, just under the glove of the third baseman, Michael McNamara. And the tying run will enter the plate. It's Will Rogers. He's got 5 home runs on the year. The 6th one could be huge if he can get it here. He did a homer in their last game on Sunday. Rogers is 1 for 1 today with a single. He also appeared on the mound for Michigan in a strong effort on the bump.
Yeah, Rogers, good job pitching the ball.
He pitched 3 2/3, gave up 3 hits with 2 strikeouts and no runs. Can he do it at the plate as well? That pitch is high and deep to center field. Back goes Johnson. He'll range in a little bit. That ball died a little bit in the air, and Johnson makes the play. So 2 outs now for A.J. Garcia, but it will not be A.J. Garcia. It will be Mitch Voigt pinch hitting. We thought he'd potentially pinch in the last half inning. We said Mitch Voigt, who had the day off today, trying to rest him up a bit before, with the season winding down, with the amount of work that they've had him do both in the mound and in the batter's box. So Mitch Voigt with a chance to tie the game or keep this game alive at the very least. He homered against these Golden Flashes last season when they met. The first pitch is outside for ball 1.
And this is what you live for right here. Mitch Voigt, 2 outs in the 9th. Let's see it.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on first is Dernetti. The pitch is low, 2-0.
I know he's thinking about that home run for sure.
If he homered last year when these 2 teams faced him, then he earned the save as well.
Right.
Pitched 2 innings. He's tied 13th nationally with 18 doubles. He's going to look at the 2-0 pitch, catching the outside part of the zone for strike 1,
yes.
2-1. You don't like that call too much, Owen.
I don't like it. I don't like it that much.
Here's the 2-1. High fly ball deep into left center
Get out of
field.
here.
That ball
Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here, Mitch!
Mitch Voigt, pitch hit, game time, 2-run home run.
What did we say?
4-4.
What did we say? Welcome to the party after 9 innings, right?
Unbelievable.
Are you kidding?
Mitch Voigt, are you not entertained?
Come on, Mitch. Don't do that to him. That's not nice.
Wow. Into left center field, over the wall. And we got a new ball game. It's 4-4.
That's what you live for right
2 outs in the 9th. A pinch hit home run for Mitch Voigt.
Come on now. Don't be silly.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Wow, that's impressive. That's a really impressive piece of hitting right there from Mitch Voigt. I mean, you're talking about a pitch hitter who was in the dugout, again, for 9 innings. Comes up here with 2 outs, strolls up there, welcomes himself into the party, then hits a bomb. The first home run of the day for either team to deep left center.
Yusung Park will step into the box for Michigan as another pinch hitter. He'll take the first pitch outside in the zone, though, for strike 1. Park 231 on the year with 1 home run, 2 RBI. In a new ball game, it is tied at 4. The 0-1 swung on and missed.
Oh, my goodness.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Wow, that was wow. That was.
We're still shocked from that last at bat.
That was
No
great
balls,
to see.
2 strikes, 2 outs to Park. Here's the pitch outside. Ball 1. Payne Carrico, he was sharp before that home run. Just a single, and then Voigt got a hold of it to tie the game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Can Michigan end it here in the 9th, or will we play extras? The 1-2.
Oh, June.
Haphazard swing, foul towards the first base side. Staying alive.
All right, I have a couple things to comment on. Well, 1, that was like a check swing, but 2, Jun-Sung Park just stepped out of the batter's box and did a swing with the, like left-handed. he's batting right-handed right now. And
The lefty swing.
He practiced with a lefty swing. I don't know if that's his own little strategy or what.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's
Good
well
eye.
outside. Evens the count at 2.
It's a good eye there from Jun-Sung. He'll be a big part of this team as well for years to come. He's talking about Mitch Voigt as a sophomore, Jun-Sung Park's a freshman, Jonathan Kim's a sophomore.
Yeah, Seoul native, the Seoul, South Korea native, played at IMG Academy prior to coming here to Michigan. He'll take the 2-2 upstairs to work the count full. Really good at bat.
Good job. These pinch hitters, man. We're coming in here. I know Dylan Stanton drew a walk. Obviously, Mitch Voigt, 2-run shot. And
Mullins the bunt.
Yep.
3-2 pitch. Check swing. Outside. They're going to peel to first. He did not go.
He definitely didn't swing, but that might have been a strike.
Williams was ready to walk over to the bench. He thought that was strike 3. He's asking the ump where it was. But this game stays alive for Steven Rustich.
It's very much alive with Steven Rustich up.
Runner on first. 2 outs. Trying to end this game in this 9th inning is Rustich. He's got 10 home runs on the year. First pitch is low for ball 1.
Sorry, that one just looked good.
From our angle, it did look pretty good.
That was a bit low, but that one looked good.
It looked like he could have sent that one if he was ready for it, but it was low. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's high now, 2-0.
All right, Steven, working this count. Hitters count.
Carrico needs to settle down here after giving up the single home run and then now a walk. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's a 2-0. Fouls off in the netting behind over the Kent State dugout.
It's a nice off speed there from Peyton. Job floating that one in there, kind of caught Rustich off guard, but what an inning this has been. And it's not over.
What a game this has been so far.
What a game this has been.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Park at first. Here's the pitch. Fouled off towards Ferry Field, and the count is even at 2.
I'm on the edge of my seat with every pitch. Every pitch. It's crazy how a game can be.
The beauty of the sport. It just changes like that.
Yeah.
Like you were saying. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. Game is tied at 4. That ball is lofted towards right field. Charging is Kibler. Diving play.
That's fair, though. That's fair.
That's fair.
Oh,
Parker
my goodness gracious.
Third.
Oh, my gosh.
Ripken Reese dove for that ball from second base. I thought that was going to get to Kibler, but it died on it.
And I think Kent State has a case here for that to be foul.
We're looking at the replay.
So he dove from fair territory to foul territory, but he dropped it in foul territory, and here comes the Kent State manager.
Now, I believe it's where the ball,
well, the ball hit foul, but he dove from fair territory into foul territory.
I can't tell where the ball would have landed if it did land. Either way, great effort by Ripken from second base, ranging over towards foul territory, diving effort.
100%.
They are going to discuss at least.
Wow.
Park, though, I don't know. I did not watch Park if he was not running.
There are 2 outs, right? So you got to be running no matter what.
But he held at third, so they're going to review this.
Yeah, I think this deserves to be reviewed.
To see if this is fair or foul or not.
This deserves to be reviewed.
Let's set the scene. As of now, runners on second and third for Navarro, who will come up to plate unless they have a pinch hitter. No, Navarro's on deck, so he'll be the pinch hitter, or he'll hit, I should say. But they're going to review to see if this is fair or not. If it's fair, it'll be second and third with 2 outs and the winning run at third. If it's foul, we'll go, I believe it was 1 and 2 count. Or if it was 2-2 count.
Can't remember.
We're losing. Lots going on here. Either way, it'll be runner on first base and 2 outs still. So we will see as they review.
Yes.
I can't see it from the
It's either the at-bat continues with a runner on first, or it's the next batter with runners on second and third.
With 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Let's recap the whole game while we have the moment. Kent State scored twice in the top of the 3rd with some small ball. Michigan responded in the bottom half of the fourth with more small ball of their own, working the walks and sacrifice flies and sacrifice bunts, things like that. That tied the game at 2 in the bottom of the fourth. They remained that way until Kent State scored in the top of the 8th and top of the 9th.
Yep. And then Michigan also, bottom of the 8th, had some opportunities,
Michigan had chances in the bottom of the 8th. They had chances, a couple points during the contest. But then trailing 4-2, heading into the bottom of the 9th, Michigan got a runner on base with the 2-out single from Dernetti.
Yep.
Mitch Voigt pinch hit, and they're going to rule
fair ball. Fair ball.
So runners will stay on second and third with 2 outs. We'll finish the recap. Mitch Voigt pinch hit 2-run home run to tie the game.
With 2 outs.
With 2 outs. Then Michigan got a walk, and then that loop double.
That Mitch Voigt homered like that. That's
so
insane.
Second and third for Navarro with a chance to win the game.
Here we go.
Winning run is 90 feet away from scoring.
All it takes is hitting the outfield. That's all it takes.
Just got to put the ball in play. There are 2 outs, though. See how they're going to walk, possibly.
So many different players have participated in this game as well, between pinch hitters.
Which is fun to see in the midweek games. You expect more depths to be used.
Yeah, 100%.
Carrico sets, gets ready to deal. No balls, no strikes. The first pitch,
boy,
low for ball 1.
That looked like another one of those pitches, those meatballs.
80 mile per hour, off speed pitch, low in the zone, but down the middle too. From our angle,
come on, Bradley.
Bradley Navarro. The freshman trying to be the hero. Here's the 1-0. Check swing. Did he go? He did.
Ooh, that's an interesting call.
It's a good pitch, though, getting him to at least check his swing. The Michigan bench, who's had some issues and some grievances with this umpire crew today, not happy with that check swing, but the count is even at 1-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Tie game. Runners on second and third. Swing and a miss on the 1-1. Carrico ahead on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. With 2 outs, runners on second and third. Bradley Navarro, 196 on the year. That doesn't matter if he can win it here. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. We got free baseball, folks. Bradley Navarro strikes out with 2 runners in scoring position, but not before Mitch Voigt ties it with a pinch hit 2-run home run. We will go to the 10th inning. This game deserves 10 innings, don't you say?
It definitely does. Shout out to Mitch Voigt, man.
What a play.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We're going to have to watch that replay at some point. Once we get out of here, see that replay. We're going crazy up here in the booth on that play. Rightfully so, though. So free baseball, top of the 10th. My first extra inning game I've called, I believe, in my career. I don't think I've called it. No, I've called an overtime in hockey. But my first extra inning ball game. New pitcher from Michigan. Can't tell who it is yet. It'll be Klotz, McNamara, and Ebbing. 5, 6, 7 due up for Kent State here in the top of the 10th inning. New ball game, folks.
Brand new ball game.
And we have a new pitcher from Michigan. I'm still trying. I can't read the number from here. I'm blind or something.
I think we got possibly Brandon Mann up there.
That's what I'm thinking it is, but I want to be sure before I say it. I think that's 19, Brandon Mann.
Yeah, it's 19, yeah.
It is Brandon Mann. So Mann will be pitching today. He's just pitched 10 innings this year for Michigan. Got a 6.30 ERA. Giving up 7 earned runs, 11 runs total. So he's not had great defensive help behind him.
So 7 pitchers for Kent State. 9 for Michigan. Michigan's also had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pinch hitters and a pinch runner.
So both teams have really went into their bench, or Michigan more so in their bench.
We've had like 35 different players from both teams combined see the field.
We do have some defensive changes. Joe Longo is going to move over to left field. Steven Rustich will move over to center.
Kalinsky's in
at right. And Mitch Voigt, the pinch hitting hero, is playing first base. First pitch to Klotz is lofted in the air, deep into right center field. Rustich will range over, though, make the play. One pitch, one out here
I could hear
at
Rustich,
the top of the 10th.
I could hear Rustich calling that ball out from here in the booth, so really good communication.
Mm-hmm.
The third baseman, number 38, Michael McNamara.
Michael McNamara will come up for Kent State. He's 0 for 3 today with a walk, double play, strikeout, ground out. So he's reached base just on that walk in the second inning. No balls, no strikes. One out here in the top of the 10th in a tie game. First pitch off speed in the zone for strike one. Good pitch there.
Really good pitch there from Brandon Mann, who's started this inning off nicely.
No balls and one strike to McNamara. Third baseman, the junior. That pitch is in the zone for strike two. Good pitch there.
The bend on that pitch, Peter. I think bent into the
76
strike
mile
zone.
per hour.
Yeah.
Beautiful pitch.
These off-speeders from Michigan have been nice today.
Michigan, both teams have been pitching really well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Even though Michigan's given up the 9 hits. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's outside, 1-2.
Big gap in between second and short. That is Timbrook and Dernetti. So
Yeah.
see if McNamara's gunning for up the middle.
Yep, Timbrook closer to second base. Dernetti is halfway between third and second. And Caruso's down the line at third. Here's the 1-2. Just outside, 2-2.
Rogers is really working hard to frame these pitches, but they're tough because they're well outside. So I don't know, he's kind of swinging his arm back in there.
McNamara started 0-2. He's worked the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Mann sets and deals. The 2-2 pitch.
Oi!
Hit him in the head. So McNamara's going to take one for the team there. He looks to be okay.
So the helmets are for.
Helmet flying off as it hit him in the head. But one out hit by pitch. We've seen a lot of hit batters today on both sides.
5 or 6, I think, combined.
And that will bring up, put a runner on first base and bring up Payne Ebbing. The Loveland, Ohio native. He's 1 for 4 today. He doubled in his last at bat. First pitch, grounded foul.
Yeah, besides that hit by pitch, one pitch ago, Mann's control has been good to start this inning. Good pitch there to start the Ebbing at bat.
Yep, count is 0-1 now with 1 out. McNamara at first. He has 2 stolen bases, caught twice. Don't expect him to go. He has a short lead. Here's the 0-1. It's in the dirt. It's going to get away by Rogers. Rogers lost it for a moment. McNamara will trot slowly to second. No threat going to third there, but lose a double play now with the passed ball, the second one of the day on Rogers. The defensive miscues have plagued Michigan quite a bit today.
They have. They definitely have.
And now Brandon Mann, who 4 of his 11 runs that he's given up have been unearned today, so he's not had defensive help in his, not today, this season, have been unearned. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner now on second base. Ground ball chopped towards third. That's going to be fair. Caruso fires across the diamond for the out.
Yep.
And the runner is forced to hold at third. Great play by Cole Caruso at third.
Really good play.
Flings it across the diamond. We saw him do that similar throw when the ball was just foul. This time he takes care of business when the ball is fair. Snags it just behind the third base bag and fired it confidently over to first. And now there'll be 2 outs now with Dom Kibler entering the box. He's 0 for 4 today. 3 ground outs and a fly out. We're going to have a defensive switch.
Yep. Center and left switch.
So Rustich
right.
and Kalinsky are going to switch places. So Rustich will now be at right field. The runner on second base is the go-ahead run. That's McNamara at second base. Dom Kibler is in the batter's box. Tie game, top of the 10th. Michigan tied it in the home half with a Mitch Voigt 2-run home run. Brandon Mann trying to get out of this inning. Runner on second base, 2 outs. Here's the first pitch.
Nice.
In the zone, strike 1.
Focus has got to be entirely on the batter here.
No balls, 1 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second. Mann's pitch It's blocked nicely by Rogers, but runner's going to advance to third, and he's going to get there.
Now you really can't have a pass ball.
So McNamara advances to third as the ball got away from Rogers in the dirt. You know, if you're Brandon Mann, just get the out. Nothing else changes. It's not like there's a sacrifice fly opportunity. There's 2 outs here.
And if you're Will Rogers, you got to stop everything here.
Yep.
Everything. You have to be a brick wall.
We'll see if it changes the call with how aggressive they are throwing in the dirt here. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. Runner 90 feet from scoring. Here's the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Good at bat here by Kibler. Trying to give the Golden Flashes their 3rd separate lead of this game. A 2-1 for Mann.
Good
Blocked.
stop.
Nice stop. Nice pick by Rogers. 3-1 though. On deck is Ripken Reese, who's 1 for 3 today. If Kibler were to reach, 3 balls and 1 strike. Man sets and deals. Blocked it. What a block on that ball 4. So the walk will be issued to Kibler, but Will Rogers does a great job keeping the runner at third. But now the corners will be loaded for the lefty Reese with 2 outs here in the top of the 10th inning.
Likely another pitching change here. You got 2 Wolverines in the bullpen. Here comes Tracy Smith. There should be a pitching change here.
Yeah, Mann will get the 2 outs recorded. Has left 2 runners on with the hit by pitch and a walk. We'll see Tracy Sims is discussing with the entire infield. And they're not going to make the switch. Brandon Mann's going to stay in the game.
We go, Brandon.
Runners on first and third with 2 outs. And it's Ripken Reese, the number 9 hitter, who's 1 for 3 today. He's walked, he's also singled, and he's grounded out. First and third loaded, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to reach. Runner goes. He will not be. It'll be a stolen base, but there was no defensive effort to make the play. I forgot the term for that. Either way, runner goes to second, so now second and third loaded. That pitch was in the dirt, so it's 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Check swing inside.
It's awfully close.
Ball 2. If Reese were to reach, the order would flip back to Josh Johnson. You definitely do not want Johnson hitting in this inning if you're Michigan. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. The pitch from Mann is low for ball 3.
All right. Got to settle down here.
We'll see how aggressive they are. You don't want to give something too good to hit with the free base open at first, but you do have Johnson in the on-deck circle. 3-0 pitch is hopped in. Rogers kept in front once again, but a 4-pitch walk will load the bases for Kent State's best hitter, Josh Johnson.
All right.
Mano-y-mano here. It's going to be your best hitter with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 10th inning for Kent State. Going up against Brandon Mann. Johnson singled in his last at-bat. He's also struck out twice, walked, and flown out. Bases loaded. Can make a play at any base. Mann sets and deals. Upstairs, ball 1. Cannot walk him in now, though.
Nope. I think if this gets to 2-0, maybe 3-0, we'll see a possible pitching change. I'm going to guess if this gets to 2-0 right here.
1 ball, no strikes. He catches a corner. Rogers with a fist pump to Mann.
Yep.
And that catches the outside part of the plate to even the count at 1.
Yep. Needed that one right there.
One ball, 1 strikes, 2 out. Bases are loaded with golden flashes. That pitch is fouled off towards the parking lot.
It's a nice off speed there from Brandon Mann.
He's worked ahead now, 1-2, 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam and keeping this game tied in extras at 4. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Josh Johnson. Here's the pitch from Mann. Fouled off.
This is big time baseball here. Bases loaded.
You can feel the intensity here. For a midweek game on a Tuesday afternoon, you can feel the intensity in here.
For the last couple of innings, it's been top notch.
Couldn't ask for a better ball game here. No. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. 2 outs, bases loaded. Mann shrugs and deals. Upstairs, 2-2. We've seen Kent State hitters work at bats all game long. They're doing it again here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded in a tie game, top of the 10th. The 2-2 pitch.
Oh!
Inside. The bench wanted it. The crowd wanted it. And now the count is full at 3-2 with nowhere to put Josh Johnson were he to reach on ball 4.
That call will be remembered if Brandon Mann walks Josh Johnson.
What a game.
Close as it gets.
What a game. Full count here.
Big pitch.
2 outs, top of the 10th. Tie game, bases loaded. The payoff pitch. Ground line right to long to Hoyt, who makes the play. Inning over.
Wow. And you can see Brandon Mann gets hype.
That ball was lined right to Mitch Voigt, who was perfectly placed. Mitch Voigt came in the bottom half of the 9th and tied the game with a home run, makes a big defensive play there. And we will go to the bottom of the 10th, and this game will stay tied at 4. What a game.
What a game, Owen. What a play that was. So Michigan gets out of the 10th. The bases loaded. And right back to work offensively. They can walk this thing off.
Carrico is still on the mound. He's pitched 1 1/3. He blew the save in the top of the 9th, in the bottom of the 9th.
I'm just waiting for Voigt to get back up there.
Let's see the.
You got 5, 6, 7. So
it's gonna be Longo, Caruso, and Timbrook.
Yep.
Dernetti if one of them reaches. Those are the hitters due up for Michigan in this home half of the 10th inning. What a game.
That's what it's about right here.
Beautiful
Weather's
score. Beautiful. Sun is starting to set. Crowd is sticking here. They've been energized with the way this game has gone. And Longo is 1 for 3 today. A single in the 2nd inning. Got hit by a pitch in the 4th, and then he's flown out and struck out. The Apple Valley, Minnesota native. All you need to see 1 good swing, and this game can end here, though, if you're Michigan, with a tie game in the bottom of the 10th. First pitch is in the zone for strike 1.
Base runners, base runners, base runners. That's all it's about right there.
Longo trying to reach for the 3rd time today. He's going to line it towards center field. Johnson is under it. He'll make the play for the 1st out.
They're a hard hit ball there. Michigan's had a lot of those, haven't they? Hard hit balls to the outfield, but right at defenders.
Yep. Now Cole Caruso will come up. He's 0 for 2 today. The Scottsdale, Arizona native. Leads the team with 37 runs batted in. 38. Can he get 38 to win it here? The pitch from Carrico is grounded to short. Kyle Jackson will field, take a couple steps, fires over to first, low, but snared by Klotz at first for the 2nd out. 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the top of the 10th.
Yeah, kind of an awkward field of the ball from Jackson over there at short. Made the play though over to Klotz, who had an awkward kind of step of his own, but shows how hard it is to get a hit in this game.
Mac Timbrook, excuse me, is up. He'll take strike 1. Timbrook is 0 for 3 today, but he does have a sacrifice fly.
All it takes is 1 swing. That's all it takes.
And this is the hometown kid facing his former team. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes. They always say, how can you not be romantic about baseball? If Timbrook launches one here, against his former team.
Yes, that would be.
The 0-2
Oh.
outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, this is set up perfectly for Tim Brook right here. This situation, 2 outs, 1-2, 1 swing of the bat.
1 swing could end it here. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th. The 1-2
Oh, he
fouled
wanted it.
off. He barely fought that one off.
Come on, Mac.
What a story that would be.
Yeah. I mean, what are the chances? Bottom of the 9th.
Bottom of the 10th now. We're
Bottom of the 10th.
We're in the
but-
extras. We're free. We're playing free baseball
But
right
with
now.
the void home run, I mean, what are the chances of that happening?
Yeah.
Like,
1 ball, 2 strikes again. 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. Mac Timbrook, the former Golden Flash. Here's the pitch. That's gonna hit him.
Hit him.
So he will get on, reach base, and extend the inning for Kyle Dernetti. You'll take that if you're Michigan, though. Just get a runner on with 2 outs.
Yeah.
And see what you can do.
I mean, let's check out Tim Brook's stolen bag statistics. He's got 8 stolen bases on 10 attempts. So
We'll see how
I think
aggressive.
you should-
We'll see how aggressive Michigan is on the base passes.
Yeah. With 2 outs, I would try to send. I mean, I'd be definitely really attentive with pass balls and stuff because if you get a runner in scoring position, that's huge.
So Timbrook at first. The batter
Like
is Dernetti, and he'll look at ball 1 in the dirt. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 10th. Thanks for tuning in. WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan baseball. It's been a great one here today. Peter Nasr alongside with Owen Klein. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. They'll fire it over.
Yeah.
Carrico will fire over to first to hold Timbrook.
Got to be careful, too. Carrico's a lefty, so you don't have to step off the mound to make that move over to first.
Yeah, so you have to be extra cautious.
Yep. Got to be careful.
A sizable lead, but not too much. The 1-0 is lined right to the shortstop, Jackson, for the 3rd out.
Right at him. Right at him again. 2 of these outs this inning have been hard hit balls right at defenders, and Michigan's had that happen a lot. It's Brandon Mann. Looks like he's going back out there to take the bump.
So the free baseball will continue here in Ann Arbor. We go to the top of the 11th inning. It is 4-4 in favor of neither team. It's a tie game. Michigan has played a couple games in extra innings this year. This is the 2nd game this year that's reached 11 innings. The first game of the season against Western Michigan, Michigan lost 14-13 in
Wow.
11 innings.
Wow.
So this will be the 2nd time that Michigan will play in 11 innings this season. Kent State has also played 1 game in 11 innings. They lost to Eastern Michigan in 11 innings. 13-12. So we've seen a couple high-scoring games that reached the extra frames, but this game 4-4. You mentioned it, Mann is still on the bump. It'll be Orr, Jackson, and Williams, 2, 3, 4 hitters for Kent State. Tim Orr with a double, an RBI double his last at bat, which proved to be huge because he extended Kent State's lead in the top halves of the 9th to make it 4-2. And that ended up being the difference as that kept the game tied instead of Mitch Voigt sending us home with the walk-off. Orr is 2 for 5 today. He's got a single as well. Here's the first pitch from Brandon Mann. That's upstairs for ball 1.
Third baseman Caruso is pretty far in here against Tim Orr.
Right at the edge of the infield grass. 1-0 to Orr. Here's the pitch. Swung on and blooped into left field. Diving
Nice.
play made by Longo, and he makes the play, loses his hat, but gets the first out of the inning. A nice play by Longo on that little shallow blooper into left field.
Yeah, good step on that ball from Joe Longo. Able to make the play. Crucial play here.
So that'll be the first out of the inning. Bring up Kyle Jackson, who extended his on-base streak to 32 games earlier. First pitch to Jackson's outside for ball 1.
Good pitch there from Mann.
Yeah, good pitch, just missing the outside part of the plate. Defense shifting 3 to the left, to the right side of second base. 1 ball, no strikes to the lefty Jackson. Swung on and missed. Count even at 1.
Yeah, good off speed there from Brandon Mann. Got Jackson way out in front.
One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. That pitch catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Or strike 2, I should say. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the 11th inning. Here's the 1-2 for Mann. Swinging a fly ball, right field. Kalinske will range over, make the play for 2 outs.
Nice play there. Kalinske getting involved.
So 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 11th. They'll bring up the catcher, Brody Williams, who's 1 for 4 today.
Kalinske, a close friend of one of my middle school buddies, so good to see him make a play out there at a crucial point in this game.
Yeah, he came in as a defensive replacement a couple innings ago. He's not had an at-bat yet, but he is due up in the next inning. So that's the first pitch. It's in the zone for strike 1. I apologize for the scoreboard error. It is still 4-4. Don't know what I did there. Oh, I know what I did there. That ball is going to be chopped over to first. Nice play by Voigt. He'll take care of it himself for the 3rd out of the inning. So 1-2-3 inning here in the top of the 11th. Brandon Mann, after surviving the jam in the last half inning, makes easy work of this half. And Michigan will go to the bottom of the 11th with a chance to win it. Game is tied at 4. Thanks for tuning in to WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan baseball. It's been a fun one.
It's been great. It's
been a fun one.
Great game. Got 9-1-2 due up. That's Rogers, Voigt, Kalinske.
You said you want to see Voigt hit again. He will hit.
He will hit again. He will hit again.
Possibly with a chance to win the game for Michigan. Carrico was staying on the mound for, for Kent State. He's pitched 2 1/3 inning. He's given 3 hits and the crucial 2-run home run to Mitch Voigt in the bottom of the 9th. The season high for Carrico for innings pitched is 3, which he did just a couple weeks ago at Northern Illinois. We'll see if he can get to that point today. He's at 2 1/3 now. He'll face Will Rogers first. Then, as mentioned earlier, it'll be Rogers, Voigt, and then Kalinske. 9-1-2 hitters in the bottom of the 11th inning here in Ann Arbor.
All right, Michigan, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Got 9-1-2. Against a lefty, you got 3 righties, actually 2 righties. Rogers and Voigt are righties, and Kalinski's a lefty. We'll see if they pinch hit Kalinske.
I don't know how much players they have left in the bench.
Yeah, not that
Michigan.
many, I would imagine.
Especially in a midweek game, you usually go to your bench anyway, and now
Yeah.
that this game is going in extra innings, who knows? You might have to get some relief pitchers who don't normally see him at bats later in this game.
Yeah.
Will Rogers will lead off this home 11th. He'll swing and miss on the first, or foul tip the first pitch for strike 1. He's 1 of 2 today, a single and a fly out in this game.
Well, way out in front of that first pitch off speed was Will Rogers. Try to get his timing down here.
No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Carrico. Inside, 1-1. Rogers averaged at .231 on the year. Bang .333 when leading off innings in this season. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed.
Good
Good
swing.
pitch. Good swing, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good pitch. Like you said, Peter, that was another off-speed inside part of the plate. Rogers kind of swung out of his shoes.
81 mile per hour on that pitch. Carrico goes ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. To the leadoff hitter, Rogers. Here's the 1-2.
Good eye.
Low.
Work that count.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Base runners, base runners, base runners. I'm going to keep saying it. That's all it's about, no matter how you get on.
Dusting the early part of the inning so you can manufacture, move him over. Here's the 2-2 to Rogers. High fly ball, shallow center field. Charging in is Johnson. He will range over and make the play for the first out. Another hat goes flying. That one was by Johnson as he sprinted forward on the shallow center field fly ball. But that will be the first out of the inning and bring up Mitch Voigt,
All right.
who was the hero in his last at-bat, in his first at-bat of the game. Pinch hit, 2-run home run to tie the game.
Could he again?
Can he do it again
That's
here
the
to win the
question.
game?
That's the ultimate question.
Here's the first pitch. High fly
Uh-oh.
ball. Carrying deep, back at
Don't
the
get
wall.
out of here.
Caught at the
Oh
warning
my
trap by
goodness.
Kibler. That one carried a little bit. The wind is blowing in.
Yeah, the wind is blowing in. What would have happened if it wasn't blowing in? Wow. First pitch, he was...
Opposite field, too. Kibler started, he stopped, and then he started ranging over towards the foul pole. And that's when we thought he had a chance to go, but he caught it right at the warning track. So that's 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 11th. Brings up Trevor Kalinske, the senior who is making his first plate appearance of the game. He came as a defensive replacement a couple innings ago.
Come on, Trevor.
Batting 143 on the year. Can he be the hero today? Outside, 1-1.
Man, that Voigt hit right there.
Just missed
so
it.
close.
Back to the wall with Kibler as he made the catch. This is just Kalinski's 8th at-bat of the year. He's got 1 hit. And that's going up the middle, base hit. In the big gap between, with Reese playing over towards first base. So a 2-out single for Kalinske will bring up Steven Hrustich. With 2 outs, runner on first, and a chance to keep this game alive and potentially win it here with a gapper. Josh Johnson, the center fielder, playing a shading towards right. So there's a fairly sizable gap in left center. The first pitch is taken in for strike 1. Carrico has matched his season high at 3 innings pitched. Timeout called by the umpire who's scolding the Michigan bench, saying that's enough. He's had enough of the Michigan bench.
Already gave a warning.
Yeah, he mentioned that. He did not throw anyone out, though. He's just trying to set the tone. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 11th. I apologize for the scoreboard saying top half.
Michigan hitting now.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Inside,
Nice
2-1.
Good eye there. Be curious if they play around here with Kalinske. I doubt it. But just to get it.
Clinty has 1 stolen base on the year. Got a small lead at first base. 2 balls, 1 strike to Hrustich. Here's a pitch. High fly
Get
ball.
out of here. Get out,
Deep
Steven.
into left
Get out of
field.
here.
And
That's
this
it.
game
Get it
is over.
Man, it's game time. It's game time.
Walk off.
How about it?
2-run home run for Steven Hrustich.
How about
and
it?
Michigan wins it in 11. 6-4 the final.
Call it. Call it.
And what a scene here as they mob him at home plate.
Call it. How about that?
That ball was crushed into left field over the brick wall.
Walk it off, Steven. Got his shirt off now.
Michigan wins at 6-4 in 11 innings.
Wow. That was fun.
What a
wasn't it?
game.
That was a lot of fun. That was great. Got the Mitch Voigt 2-run shot to tie the 9th, sent it to extras. Had a couple lull innings. I think the extra innings represented the actual game very well. You had a bunch of 3 innings were lull, right? Top 10 and top 11 and bottom 10, or bottom 11 rather. Or bottom 10, excuse me. Now bottom 11, you get the 2-run walk-off. Home run from Steven Hrustich.
What a
Wow,
game.
what a game this was.
And credit
That
to
was fun.
credit to both sides. Michigan having to escape a jam late in extra innings. The bases loaded by Mann. He got out of it.
Yeah.
And then for Michigan, they didn't hit the ball too well today at all, but they got a couple big hits when they needed it to. They played a little small ball earlier, and what a win.
Yeah.
Here in Ann Arbor.
That was fantastic. That was a lot of fun. Wow.
6-4 the final in 11 innings. Steven Rustich with a walk-off home run deep in left field.
Yep.
After Mitch Voigt did the same thing.
Same spot.
In the bottom
right?
of the ninth.
Same spot?
Similar spot.
Similar.
I think Voigt was a little more towards right to left center.
Okay.
Rustich's was right down the line.
Rustich, you could also tell on his that was gone. Voigt,
Yeah.
it took me like a second.
It took a half a second on Voigt's, but
Yeah.
Rustich's right away, you knew it was gone. And what a win this was. Michigan will improve to 24-21 on the year. They've won 5 straight games now. They're playing some of their best baseball at the right
really
time.
They are.
Before they head to East Lansing this weekend to play a 3-game set with the Spartans. They lost pretty badly to Michigan State at the one game that was here. I remember it was a really windy, rainy, bitter, bad weather game, and Michigan really did not play good baseball. But this becomes a big series with Michigan State. You got Central Michigan coming here next Tuesday before they host the Purdue Boilermakers in what is shaping out to be a pivotal Big Ten series as the Kent State Golden Flashers are running some down and backs over in right field after that loss.
Interesting.
I don't know if this is punishment or anything, or if this is just a normal routine that they do post game, but
that's respect.
I respect
Kent
that
State's
too.
a fun team.
This is a really well played game by Kent State.
Really well coached too.
They're right in the middle of the MAC, 5th place in the MAC right now. They host Miami of Ohio this weekend back at home as their season wraps up soon, and looks like they might be trying to do a Gatorade bath to Rustich, who's getting interviewed over here
by our Jaden Fody, I believe. WCBN
It is
Sports.
Jaden.
Yeah, she's
yep,
working
that is
BTN
Jaden
today.
Fody. I don't know if she's ready to get wet. I don't know if we could warn her.
Yeah, they got.
She's about to get
Oh
soaked.
no, she's about to get soaked. Get
Oh,
out of there,
she
Jaden.
saw
Oh.
She was ready for it.
Oh my goodness.
Rustich gets the much-deserved Gatorade bath as he hits the walk-off home run in the bottom of the 11th.
We got Sydney on the camera too, another WCBN member. It's great to see.
Yep, WCBN representing with BTN
Absolutely.
Plus today. But we thank you for tuning in to our coverage of this great game. Oh, and this is possibly your last broadcast.
It's been fantastic.
If this is, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor being with WCBN with you these past 2 years.
I appreciate it.
I was glad to get a call with you, impromptu, as we both were putting on this one kind of last minute. And if you don't get any other games, it's a good way to go out.
This is a fantastic way to go out.
What a win.
I want to thank you, Peter, for you're also a senior. I know you've got a couple more left.
I'm
but
fortunate to have a couple more left.
That last
I don't
one's
need to get
gonna
emotional just yet.
No.
I can save that for a little bit later.
But you've been a fantastic broadcaster, a fantastic friend. This has been great, and what a way to go out here. I mean,
what a way.
Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Unbelievable win. Kent State finishing their down and backs over in right field. You have anything else to add, though?
Well, I mean, I'm still trying to catch my breath from that game, but
these last innings, just what a finish.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of done my exiting soliloquy about 3 times now because I always think it's my last one. But I'll just repeat what I said before briefly. The WCBN has been great to me. It's been so much fun calling these games, making relationships. It's been one of the highlights of my college career. So. Shout out to Michigan Athletics for allowing us to do this. Shout out to WCBN Sports. Shout out to student radio in general. Shout out to the entire station of WCBN at 88.3. Tune in to WCBN. Come out to the ballpark. I mean, it's great weather. So come out to the ballpark for both baseball and for softball.
Yep, softball has one more home series on this weekend, Friday through Sunday against Ohio State before they go to Iowa City for the Big Ten tournament. Michigan's got a few more home games left, too.
Check the schedule. Come on out.
Lacrosse, they're in the Big Ten tournament now. Men got a big win. Women got a tough loss in overtime, but this as the season winds down, the calendar turns to the summer. Still chances to enjoy some awesome Michigan athletics before the summer hits and before Ann Arbor quiets down, and for us before we all head our separate ways as seniors.
Get on out of here.
What a game, though. Final score: Michigan 6, Kent State 4. Wolverines win it in 11 innings. For Owen, Klein, Evan, Peter, Nasr, thank you so much for tuning in to WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan baseball. So long from Ann Arbor. Wolverines are the walk-off winner in extra innings. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We'll we'll leave it how we always do with a good night and a go blue. Michigan 6-4 win with a walk-off 2-run shot. Have a good one, everyone.
Take it easy, guys.